can be there. Me I love up and me God I keep all him commandment. Him and me future, me present forever and me end. Hey, from your hatred, you have to flee. No haters can't dwell around me. The Lord is my shepherd, Psalm 23. Psalm 68 says, you see the enemy there. Oh, from afar. See them a plan and them a scheme to start a war. But if they think say, if they are alone, Father God, the angel encamp around me to protect them all. We see the enemy there, oh from afar, see them a plan and them a scheme to start a war. But if they think say, if they are alone, Father God, the angel encamp around me to protect them all. But if they think say, if they are alone, Father God, the angel encamp around me to protect them all. Father God, the angel encamp around me to protect them all. Father God, the angel encamp around me. We protect them. Oh. I tell you,
mighty God. Wash me, Lord. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Father God, you see my spots, them cleanse me. Fill me up when me empty. Me love the message where you send me. Me thank you for the life where you lend me. There was a fountain flowing from Emmanuel's grave. Dip me in a river Jordan again. When you're done with me, I'm not the same. Do it for me once again. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Father God, cleanse me like you up with leprosy. Open my eyes, them let me see. Make me pray not the midst of the enemy. I'm the fulfillment of your prophecy. Lord, you know me not perfect. Beg you please guide my footsteps. And even though me not worth it, you chose me for your service. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. From the crown of my head to my soul of my feet, wash me, Lord. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, wash me, Lord. Me, I beg you from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, wash me, Lord. From the crown of my head to my sole of my feet, wash me, Lord. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I wanna be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Ooh, washed in the blood of the Lamb. Wash me, Lord. Ooh, wash me.
I'm going to stay Mega Church Broadcasting Network. Don't touch that dial.
Oh yeah.
KLAS FM now presents a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
Maintain social distancing. Maintain at least 3 to 6 feet distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. When someone coughs or sneezes, they spray small liquid droplets from their nose or mouth which may contain the virus. If you are too close, you can breathe in the droplets, including the COVID-19 virus, if the person coughing has the disease.
KLAS FM has just presented a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion.
All right, greetings and salutations, and welcome once again to another day here on The Sports Desk. Today should be another fun day. We were planning it yesterday before Zidane comes in, and I said the infamous black book. That both Berto and Alric have decided that they will square off this Friday. I think Berto will be traveling next week, so he would be available. So the showdown between Alric and Berto is this Friday, and the moot is which is a more outstanding sporting achievement, winning a gold medal at the World Championships or the Olympics, or breaking a world record at a meet of lesser ranking. Both men are preparing as we speak. Should be fun come Friday.
Indeed, should be fun. All right, so, it's NBA playoffs going on, and the discussions are going on. Man up, score them 50 points and do them thing.
Yeah.
We have seen great players over the years do them thing, just like, nothing new is happening. So we're not seeing anything we haven't seen before in past players. But I keep hearing this new narrative that disrespecting Kevin Durant, he should not be compared with Steph Curry. And from last year until now, because whenever a superstar wins, you hear a lot of nonsense, Orville, a lot of nonsense, reacting to a team achieving something. And somebody will win, somebody will lead a team to a championship this year, and next year, and the other year, and the other year. So when you lead a team to a championship as a superstar, that in and of itself is nothing special, You're a superstar and you're on a good team, you lead them to a championship. So I went up, and I look at me and said, and then I draft it, because I said, dismiss regular season. So I look at players, say, Kevin Durant is weak and he's soft in the playoffs. So I went and I say, look at what the soft man are doing in the playoffs. I'm soft, So I go through now, and I look on who has scored the most 30 points game in playoff. Kevin Durant is 6th on the list.
Who are the 5?
You have like people like Jerry West, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and some other people. But he's ahead of Steph Curry in that regard. He has had more 30 points career playoff game than Steph Curry. He has had more 40-point career playoff game than Steph Curry. He averages more points in the playoffs. By the way, he's 5th all-time in terms of points per game in playoff history. His shooting percentage is better than Curry. Kevin Durant is a better defender in the playoffs than Curry. So I'm saying, even if you want to create this narrative that Steph Curry is better, what this argument come from about? You can't compare Kevin Durant. When in real, if you're going to analyze fairly and objectively, Kevin Durant is actually better than him, But even if you're going to skew it and say, rate the rings because he's a ring man, you cannot dismiss Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, historically, in terms of individual performance in the playoffs, is better than Steph Curry. Why some of these arguments, don't understand it. The man is growing up Orville, all I heard about is that, and I'm right, basketball is a two-way game. It's not like football. Well, Messi is an out-and-out striker. Yeah. He have to run back. The defenders, midfielders do the work, and they get the ball to him. In basketball, you have to play both ends. If Curry stay at upper one end, they're going to score every time because they're going to be a mismatch. So everybody defends. But always hear about the players who best combine great offensive display and great defensive display are usually the better players. All of us don't know. Here comes Steph Curry. The people that dismiss defending. Defending don't really matter all that again. Steph Curry can get away with being taken off in 2016 NBA Finals because he was being murdered by Kyrie Irving. People are dismissed. Kevin Durant is a much better defender than Steph Curry.
Well, I saw him last night. I would think him maybe top 10, top 15 in the league, no? In terms of defense.
Yes. So
I think he's I think defending has improved. Even if I think he's not the same player he was offensively 3-4 years ago, he's becoming a better defender. Yeah. But Zidane, there's analysis, you know, and there's just emotion.
Yes.
And I tell you, too much of what we hear on radio is about people being a fan.
Yep.
When me be a fan is when me in the stands, you know.
Yeah.
Can't be down a Sabina Park because I have the referee.
Yeah, too.
And because of the umpire, you know. Once I come in front of a microphone, I can't sound like that.
No.
So if what you said is that KD has more 30-point games than Curry in the playoffs, more 40-point game, more points per game, where it's a better shooting percentage overall. Then on what basis is what him name Steph Curry a better player in the playoffs than KD? There's no argument to that. But like I said, there are people like me and you, who strive panda something. You see the things that when I have statistics for judge, then we can run off from.
You can imagine if there was none of you. People that come say Walter were better than Messi, you know?
People that say Dan Curry better than Bull.
Yes, they would.
But where the stats are available, people.
Yes.
Given the something what you're saying.
The man is not a joke player, Orville. The man is Kevin Durant as a basketball player, regular season R player. He's no joke.
Do we agree that in the last 2 years he's fallen off?
Yes, definitely. Remember, he never looked good against the Boston Celtics last year. And so far,
he's a good player, but not otherworldly.
Yeah, like he was before. Because
I tell G Star that
the previous year against the Bucks, even though the Bucks beat them, he was out of this world in that series against the Milwaukee Bucks. When Harden had the hamstring injury and then Kyrie Irving got injured, he was special in that series.
Listen, I used to be afraid of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, man.
Nowadays, I'm wary of him, but I'm not scared of him.
I know what you mean.
Like, you know, said this man will go off, you know. But like last night, it was clear that he was not the best player on the court. Mm-hmm. He probably was not the second best player on the court. Probably even may not be the third best player on the court. And very rarely in his heyday, you could find 2 or 3 other players on the court where you said them definitely better than Kevin Durant. So allow that to the people to decide. I said something yesterday before I come to the call. A man said, "Oh, me I disrespect Kirk McKenzie double 100, not the best of the best," or whatever they call it. I'm saying I was doing no such thing, my boss. What I was saying is that I think the actual competitive games where Jamaica against Barbados, Jamaica against Guyana, Jamaica against Trinidad carry a greater degree of intensity than the best of the best where you pick up some man and play. There is no team dynamic that drives you.
Yeah. Playing for a cause as a unit.
There you go. And therefore I would rate, although we understand that the bowling may be at a higher level than what you'd get in a first-class competition. But for me, I think it is instructive. And I was saying that before, but I think it is instructive that we see quite a few players doing better now in this game than they would have done during the first-class season. And I don't think it's a mistake. So I'm not disrespecting Kirk. I'm just saying I would have rated that innings a little bit higher if this was Jamaica versus Barbados, when a lot more at stake, a lot more intensity, and in a competitive atmosphere. All right, so we can talk about that at a later date.
All right, we'll go to the first one. Bull?
Yeah, Bull.
Big up, man. Then.
Big up yourself, Bull.
All right, so Harden.
James Harden?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, don't forget who this man is.
Yes, roll back some of the years of Houston last night.
Yeah, man, like the man said, big man, I'm used to playing without superstars.
Yes.
I am not always the person who facilitates.
Yes.
I can drop 40, I can drop 35.
I can say personally, I didn't expect that sort of performance from him.
Neither did I.
But on the real goes to that. Why he already hot all night and then play 1v1 on top? Double up
when it gets late, the coaches don't like to double. They don't like to leave anybody wide open for a 3-pointer.
But they make somebody else beat on their company still.
Well, sometime I think they should. I think they should do it more often.
Once in 1v1, there's someone and touch or something. Worse, he might hit them from 9.
It was a difficult shot, though. It's not that if he drove around him and you could say, boy, he walked past him easy because of a mismatch. He shot up over him in my boss. It was a step back 3 point.
If you were 2v1, you couldn't do that.
No man, is that
somebody you don't have to go past them and you can go lateral to.
No, I'm saying it was still a difficult shot to make. So the coach would live with that. Yeah, it's not a high percentage shot.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So looking at this Arsenal lineup here, and I think take out Holding, him take out Partey.
We like discuss Arsenal.
that is a big game playing up today. You know, understand? I discussed everything on this program. What is up with this man?
Go on, man. Do your thing.
So I'm wondering now. You know, in football, you have some players who are easier to bench.
Yes.
I think Martinelli is one of them players here who is easier to bench and get substituted than Saka.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why this man bench Martinelli today.
Martinelli has been the most likely Arsenal scorer for the last 10 games, my boss. I don't get
And
it
the man
either.
put the man on the bench.
I don't get it either.
In bringing Trossard, fine. But to me, a Saka off the bench.
Yeah, he should not have taken out Trossard out of the start. I'm not saying that is the reason why, but Trossard for me right now, he could make a difference between you being up 2-0 as opposed to being up 3-0. So some of those games where we're up 2-0, maybe with the space, Trossard is a more intelligent player, technically better passer. I think he would have been the better option, but he went back to his regular 3 in terms of Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli. And I don't agree. I agree with you, Bull. Martinelli has been a thorn in most people in the last 10 games.
If anybody is sitting on the bench based on form, it has to be
Saka. Yes, he must struggle. The last couple of games, but in my favorite.
Saka the face of the club, Saka the man still. So it's kind of hard to bench.
Yes.
Yes. It's like a Rashford player by a Manu, and you have a little man who catch a little farm. You know, it happens. So when I beat Teta, but at the end of the day, still, you have to play in a running here, so you have to play the man in the heart.
So who is he bringing in for holding?
The defender he bought in January. What's his name?
Oh,
yeah.
The defender from what's the team name playing at the World Cup the other day?
I think it's Sweden. I don't remember.
Yeah, man. I know the defender you're talking about. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
He played a couple of European League games.
Yeah, I'm bringing him today, but I feel like we're gonna get that. Chelsea I go break it for me.
Yeah. I hear you, boss.
Them man they beat me, brother. I just have to be losing work, you know.
You think so?
Yeah, man, them man are the worst man in the league.
Then if Arteta make them man beat him, Arteta ahead of you. Where you don't fire your coach?
Them man they can't beat me though.
No, but Arteta would be ahead of you.
Huh?
Arteta would be ahead of you in the table.
Yeah, man, some man to lose them work.
No, man, if Arteta will lose him work, my boss. And Arteta better than you. Your coach will lose him work too.
Oh, ETH.
Who?
Him good, man. Arteta and I him for long, man.
No, but me I say fine. But don't say that, man. When you're ahead of me, you can't talk them yet.
No, man, you can't make Frank Lampard beat him. Man.
Okay.
Frank Lampard beat him automatically worst coach in the league.
Okay. So that look away still. Last Lampard win a football game.
Yeah.
It's like you beat up everybody in the debate.
No, man, I say we are Frank Lampard's record over the last 30 games.
Yeah, man.
It's
like
can't get no worse than that.
Yeah, man. Terrible, man.
Can't get no worse than that.
Yeah, beat up Diego and the whole of the man in the debate. And he put man down the road. A little comedian and walk him, man. You have to think about it.
No, if you like in the comedian to Lampard, that's true, man. That's terrible.
No, I'm sure Lampard operated at a higher level.
No, man, that's the level, man.
Yeah, all right.
Big man, you ever hear the term fashion merchant?
Fashion merchant.
Lampard believes that football is about run up and down and give this passion.
Passion merchant. Oh.
Lampard has never talked and start the football, and some coach lose and them say, the tactical reason. The press conference them tell us about some tactical thing.
Yes.
Like a Pep or Angela here them Monday. Lampard just believes that we never wanted enough. Never see the blaze and the players them high. The whole Lampard them, you know, understand how. If Lampard beat anybody in the league, man, if Lampard beat all money we play, we fire ETH. Lampard the worst coach ever coached in England, big man.
Terrible, man.
Lampard is very terrible. But anyway, still, I get beaten today and need to fire Arteta. See?
All right, cool.
Fire my eye Lampard. And the club run good after that.
All right. Big up.
All right, Bull.
All right.
All right, we have now. JJ.
Zidane Matthews, man.
Good afternoon, JJ.
Good afternoon, sir. Well, it's time for the break, man.
Time for the break?
I'm going to take the break and we'll come back to you, JJ.
Importers, submit proper invoices to customs to reduce delays in clearing shipments. Visit www.jacustoms.gov.jm for details. The temperature by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
30 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Big things at one, don't I excel?
Big discount for the civil servant.
Big things at one, don't I excel?
For my Excel card the important.
Big things at one, don't I excel?
Government work are you significant.
Nurses, teachers, firemen, police, all civil servants. Big things are happening at Excel Auto Parts. 50% discount on all your Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts. Excel Auto, your auto parts hub. 95.5 Agni Park Road, Kingston 10. Telephone 923-2356
or 426-1769.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bayway Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
Every time my son send the liquor barrel for me have to go sit down and waff all day like me not have nothing else to do. No, sir, me not fear do this.
Tired of spending all day at the wharf to clear your barrel?
Driver, turn up that the little bit for me there.
Starting May 1, use contactless clearance to clear your non-commercial shipments and avoid the long wait. Call Jamaica Customs today at 876-922-51408 or email contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm.
But God goody, me I go call customs and learn about the contactless clearance. Hook me up.
less waiting, more convenience. Try Customs contactless clearance today.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, JJ. Back
Yes,
again.
Zidane.
Yes, JJ.
Mr. Adrian.
Yes.
What do you think about Kevin Durant? Because honestly, I think he looked about maybe 70% himself.
Listen, I keep making the argument on this program, and I'm a boss, that there are people who watch more sports than me. You know. Basketball is on. I'm a playoff man. The world know that. I don't really follow up the regular season. You might catch the odd game here and there. And I would have seen Kevin Durant playing the odd game through the regular season. But this year in the playoffs, after a couple of games I've seen Kevin Durant, I came on the program and I said, he's not the player he used to be. Now, G-Star, them follow basketball every day, and them can tell you everything about everybody who them trade for, which college they go, what number they were in the draft and all that kind of thing. He disagreed. And I was watching the game last night, and there was nothing about Kevin Durant in the game last night that changed my mind. In fact, it reaffirmed what I was thinking. Kevin Durant a few years ago was a top 10 all-time talent in my view.
Well, last night, defensively,
defensively, no man, defensively was bad. But you wouldn't say he's a top 5 player in the league right now.
Because you know what is my problem?
What?
Kevin Durant, the 18 or 16 foot of them. If he take 6 of them and he miss 1, he now miss 2.
That's
he missed the shot.
He missed his first 4 shots last night. He was 2 from 9 from 3. For the first 4 minutes of the game yesterday, he didn't score at all.
But
it's just, and I'm not saying that him can't get back to where he was, because my thing is not about prophecy. It's just about what we're seeing unfolding at the moment. So could he get back to that alien-like scorer? Yes. But for now, he's a very good player, but you wouldn't call him top 5 in the league.
He's not far off. Zidane.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Orville, have you as a better basketball analyst than himself? I don't know why, but sometimes the callers them help you, Because Monkey Man tell me to remind you this. What do you think about Kevin Looney?
Kevin Looney?
Yeah.
A good rebounder.
Yeah.
Good role player to have.
And you think him is a asset to what Golden State has done lately.
Yes, because you need somebody to protect the rim and you need somebody to grab those. Hey, rebounding in basketball is very important. And in the playoffs, it is more important in the playoffs. So when a man have the potential to grab your 15 rebounds, 12 rebounds per game, boss, it's a major asset. Yes.
Online, you realize that rebounding is so important.
Long time. That's why LeBron greater than John, because he's a better rebounder, better passer, better blocking shot, and just as good as a scorer. A long time I tell people that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You know that Kevin Looney is the only player in a 7-game series to grab more than 20 rebounds in 3 games.
Wonderful.
He grabbed 20 rebounds in 3 of the 7 games.
Yes.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I never remember this, but my brother was reminding me to make sure I tell Zidane this, that Pioneer told you this over a year ago, that this Warriors team, it depends on the amount of rebound and how Looney plays.
No, JJ, won't allow you to.
Yeah, man. Hold on, my boss, man.
And then you kill me.
No, me not kill him. I go help him, man.
Let me finish, then you kill me.
Finish it quick, though. We don't want to spend the whole time with you being that wrong.
He said, I must remind you what Pioneer told you, the importance of Looney and how the Warriors will perform if Looney took a certain amount of rebound.
Yeah, but
all right, listen out, JJ.
Yeah, but here are the facts.
JJ, listen to the facts.
Here are the facts now. He came on the radar and said, Looney needs to have a specific amount of rebounds for the Golden State Warriors to win.
Yeah.
That was proven to be incorrect. He had less rebounds than the number that Pioneer gave. Not only that, at one point in the series, because of how the matchups were, the coach of the Golden State Warriors pulled Looney from the starting lineup and he was coming from the bench because he wasn't matching up well with the Boston Celtic. So Pioneer got that completely wrong, my boss. So don't tell me to apologize for that.
You got it wrong, JJ.
No, but listen to me.
JJ, listen, man. JJ, me not gonna allow this, you know. If a man says the man need to score X points a game, our Golden State wins struggle.
Yes.
And he scores less points than that and Golden State win. He got it wrong.
Okay.
Simple, man, no matter ABC that, man.
If you listen to the explanation that Pioneer gives.
Lord Jesus. JJ, me not gonna allow. Is Kevin Looney an important part of Golden State? Yes, he is. Pioneer was overrating his importance, though, by telling us if he didn't get X, Golden State would struggle.
JJ.
He did not get X, and Golden State won.
JJ.
Pioneer got that argument wrong.
Let me explain something to you.
Stop it, man.
Hold on, JJ.
I will listen to Orville and I will listen to Zidane, but you're not listening to me now.
No, because you are saying that he got it right when he got it wrong.
Orville, if somebody disagrees with you, that doesn't mean you're supposed to get.
Lord Jesus, we're not talking about disagreeing, my boss. It's a numerical number. The man said he has. What was the number I put up? 15? 10?
Yeah,
whatever
give a number, but
he said if he don't get this particular number,
12 rebounds,
12, whatever the number was,
Golden State will not win.
Golden State will struggle.
Looney average less than 12.
Looney average less than that, and Golden State went on to win. Pioneer was wrong. It's not disagree upon that.
No, but I am just explaining to you Pioneer reason for that game.
For what game?
He said the coach changed the tactics of the game and gave Looney less playing time.
Well, what it means is that Looney was not as important to Golden State as Pioneer was suggesting. Think,
no, JJ, man. Think.
JJ, you're disappointed with you.
Disappointing for me, JJ. Big up yourself.
You can do a better job of defending Pioneer than what you had.
I will. You must stop it, you know, man.
Stop what?
You're a good journalist, you know, but stop it, man.
Stop what?
When we disagree with you, you tend to go AY, Orville.
Yeah, the man.
This is about disagreeing with. All right, yeah, I disagree. All right,
JJ. Big up.
Have a good day, boy.
JJ, you know,
Pioneer. Monkey Man said to big up Pioneer, fine. That's what I said, Pioneer.
Big up Pioneer.
Number one.
Big up Pioneer. All right, JJ. He's a big fan of Pioneer. Pioneer having fun.
Yes,
but he got it wrong that time.
Yes.
Who we have now?
Hello.
Hello.
Trouble. Here comes the danger.
Oh, this is fun.
All right, well,
Interesting.
Monkman and JJ. Salute to my brother. Respect him. But JJ, why you understand so? Anytime you come on radio, exalt a point I make, like defend me, it's obvious to all the listener here. Orville is going to exercise grave intolerance, like he was just trying to do with my brother. See, and JJ and Monkey Man, right? The bigger point was the importance of what Kevin Looney.
Nobody was. If you were Pioneer, if you had said Kevin Looney is important to Golden State, nobody would have.
Did that?
Nice try.
No, Uno and Idiot Harry who come back and try to dig up Looney yesterday.
Yeah,
Tell Looney. As a matter of fact, the man says that Looney point. Looney not important to the Warriors.
No, the man never said that.
Nothing of the sort was said.
The man never said what?
Nothing of the sort was said.
You know that.
Why Pioneer?
Pioneer, stop it,
Pioneer, man.
You come to beat everything.
You can't beat a soul. You're not so bright, Pioneer. You're not so good at this Ascot sport. That's why you're the last in the pool.
No, running away, gentlemen.
Running away from what? The reason why Looney averaged 20 rebounds in 3 games this season because he not play against any big man, you know. You think we're going to do that against the Lakers? If Anthony Davis was playing in that Golden State team, he'd have grabbed 20 rebounds in a 3 game straight as well. Against a small team.
Give me a chance.
Give me a chance to do what? To talk nonsense?
Yeah, no. You just said, you me share the nonsense you just said. Who was the leading rebounder in a regular season this year and at the end?
I don't know.
Did it? Sabonis will play for the King. But sit down, idiot. You don't really say the part.
Hold on. Pioneer. So what does that have to do with anything?
The man was playing against.
No.
The man was playing. Hold on, brother. Give me a chance, man. Because them stretch up my strap and beat on like babies that you are. Relax.
Who's a bigger?
No, Almo and Pioneer for saying is that he got it wrong with the Looney thing, you know. Did you? That's all more you do. Did you get it wrong with Looney last year?
That's a foolish question.
Answer the question.
No bigger question.
There's no bigger point. You said something specifically.
Pioneer, you made a specific statement about Looney to which we both disagreed, and you got it wrong. All you have to do is say, "Well, I get it wrong," and then. Did you get it? Because my question, the question you run from answer this time.
Talk to Orville, my boss. Why are you afraid of the man? Answer
did you get it wrong in terms of your prediction with Looney last year?
I don't want to take out the 5 minutes and talk it out.
No, it's just a simple. All you have to do is answer that and then do what you are doing.
I don't want to talk.
Pioneer, you hanging up is your right, you know.
My time again. Zidane, you again.
No, man. I'm going to ask you the question.
Ask him the same question.
Did you get it wrong when you said Looney needed to get 12 rebounds per game for the Golden State Warriors to win last season? Did you get it wrong?
I can't tell you the regular. When I've been doing this before.
Did you get it wrong?
Simple, the man come on a boast about Kevin Looney when him get it wrong.
We both were right and you were wrong.
Simple.
The bigger point was important.
No bigger point. We said to him, no need not 12 rebounds for them to win because we understand the game better than you. We know that Steph Curry against the Boston Celtics would have been more important than Looney getting 12 rebounds. And we were proven to be correct. You don't understand the game. Cut you off for what? Are you coming to talk about Looney, you know? And the man JJ will bring up last season.
Anyway, give him time, people. But he's afraid to answer my questions.
I'm not sure you may expose enough here. Look at it. Zidane, the game you said, Looney was a bad matchup. Did he finish those games? When it came down to what we were no basketball, so the important time of the game, the closing of the game. Did Looney close out those games? Was he on the floor?
No, listen to the facts. Don't ask me that, my boss. Go ask Steve Kerr. It's him pull Looney from the starting lineup. He gave him less minutes.
Did he play down the stretch?
He played less minutes.
The fact that he didn't play, my time now. Hold on, Pioneer. But the fact, Pioneer, my time for talk for sure. You say you don't understand sport.
Those who know what Orville is not include you.
No, it include me. Come here, go kill you on the radio as me do every time when you call. Of course, I'm afraid of me.
Allow the man to talk.
Allow me to make the point. What are you afraid of, Mr. Fa? Let me ask the question and take you on.
What's the foolish?
The fact that two things you got wrong. One, you say if him not score X rebound per game, Golden State can't win. Me, when I understand basketball like you, tell you that they will win, whether Looney get them rebound or not. You were wrong. But here's the other point you just make. The coach pulled him out of the starting 5 down the stretch. That's why him not get the rebounds. You were talking about the man's importance to the man. The fact that he played less time is a further dagger to your argument.
I didn't even realize
because you were saying that he would be all this important. The court said no, he would not be, which is what I was saying.
Yes, indeed.
Pioneer, you don't understand the thing.
Mr. Higgins.
We're going to take a break, people. I'm not going to murder Pioneer no more. I'm going to allow Zidane with him. Because anytime he come, him can't manage me. The coach didn't play him as much.
We have just bet, man.
Oh, but just bet.
Yeah,
We not Pioneer call back at 12:45. We don't want to so we don't give him the time.
Let me be public with judge.
Yeah, all right. So public judge. Him have to run. You said Looney would be very important. He has to get 12 rebounds again. Both of us saying no, him not have to get no 12 rebounds. Him not that important to them cars. Pioneer's argument, no, but the coach didn't play him down the stretch.
That's why I make it enough.
Pioneer.
Playing him less minutes.
Playing him less minutes means that he was less important than what you were thinking.
But learn the game.
Go hug up that and learn for reason. I may never call you no names enough, but you points me attack. You're not making no sense. Okay? We'll take a break. We're coming back with Justin.
Your home is your castle. Fill your house with exceptional home decor from Carmen's Collection. Visit our showroom at 112 Constant Spring Road, Mondays to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The time, courtesy of Carmen's Collection, is 1:30.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
World number one, Novak Djokovic will be able to play at this year's U.S. Open after the U.S. confirmed international travelers will no longer need to be vaccinated against COVID-19. The 22-time Grand Slam winner was forced to miss last year's tournament because of his vaccination status. He also missed the past two Masters events in Indian Wells and Miami. U.S. policy will change on May 12, allowing the Serb to return to Flushing Meadows in August. That was Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Every time my son send the liquor barrel for me have to go sit down and walk all day like me have nothing else to do. No, sir, me not fair do this.
Tired of spending all day at the wharf to clear your barrel?
Driver, turn up that the little bit for me there.
Starting May 1, use contactless clearance to clear your non-commercial shipments and avoid the long wait. Call Jamaica Customs today at 876-922-51408 or email contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm.
But God goody, me I go call customs and learn about the contactless clearance. Help me out.
Less waiting, more convenience. Try Customs contactless clearance today.
In the dangerous world we live in, safety must not be left to chance. You need professionals. Joint Forces Security Company brings years of operational experience to the security industry. For armed escorts, armed and unarmed guards, risk assessment, operational plan, intelligence gathering, executive protection, and so much more. Call 876-332-5541 or 876-239-2698. For the best in the business, Joint Forces Security Company, for security for when you need it the most. Just Bet! It's now time for Just Bet Winner's Edge, where we take a look at some of the top sporting events and betting odds on the Just Bet sports betting program and show you how to bet and win big with Just Bet. Sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game. From Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. Just Bet. All right, welcome back to the Just Bet feature. Jesse Blake, how are you, sir?
I am obviously not as good as you, Orville Higgins. Good afternoon. How are you?
Boy, I'm there, my boss. Good to hear from you again.
Oh man, yeah, pleasure. I hope you had a good birthday recently.
Boy, I can't ball. I can't complain. I never know there's so much people over the world have all my number and everything. So it was well spent. Spent the day at home, worked Saturday, Sunday, and back here to face the public again.
Yeah, man. Look, no, if so many people 18 and are gonna be a good bunch of love you as well, you know, my friend.
Yeah, man. The admirers outweigh the detractors 10-1.
Indeed.
But we leave it there. So let's get straight into the Just Bet Winners Edge.
Yes, please.
Going to the EPL, where Liverpool desperately looking for a few wins to get into that top four. They'll host Fulham. How do you see this going?
Yes. Fulham is in 10th place right now.
Yes.
5 points off Brentford for 9, having won 2 games and lost 3 of their last 5 games. They take on a Liverpool team who are feeling pretty good about themselves, having won 4 games and drawn 1 in their last 5 overall. Well, of course, Liverpool feeling pretty good after that 4-3 win that they had against the hands of Tottenham Hotspur recently. They take on a Fulham team that narrowly lost to Manchester City. And let's get to the Just Bet final result bet option, shall we? Let's get right to the money, where the Reds of Liverpool are heavily favored to win. According to the Just Bet final result bet option, Liverpool attract odds of $1.27. Fulham, for the upset, they are at odds of $10 even, and the draw at $5.75. Now, folks, a whole lot of betting options available otherwise than the final result bet option. All you have to do is visit justbetja.com or JustBet location near you to see the myriad of betting options that we have available for you for either one half of football or for the entire game. And of course, you can bet even while the game is being played with our live betting facility. Let's talk about how you make the most money for your betting dollar. And that's with the Just Bet correct score betting. How it works, folks, can you predict the score of a game and that's the correct score at the end of regulation and stoppage time? It can be very lucrative for you. You can place a bet on any scoreline that you think can be the correct score for the game. Let's look at some of the options available for Liverpool hosting Fulham Football Club. And for that game, options include if Liverpool wins 2-1, a $500 bet pays $4,500 in winnings. Liverpool by 3 goals to 1 will pay $5,000 even with a $500 bet. If it's Liverpool by 4 goals to 1, $7,500 on offer with a $500 effort. Now for Fulham, you can from the final result bet odds of $10 even. You can imagine the correct score betting is pretty decent as well. And yes, you are right if you thought so, because correct score bets that you can place on Fulham include if they win 1-0, a $500 bet pays $15,000 in winnings. If Fulham wins 2-1, a $500 bet also pays $15,000 in winnings. And if Fulham wins by 2 goals to 0, a $500 bet actually pays $40,000 in winnings. Oh, Liverpool at home in great nick at the moment, taking on a Fulham team that has punched pretty well so far in their campaign in the EPL this time around. But I'm taking Liverpool to win this game. Make it 3 goals to 1 for me, $5,000 even with a $500 bet. Taking Liverpool $1.27 straight up, not that great. So if you're going with Liverpool, definitely take advantage of the correct score betting here.
I'm not going to go against Liverpool either. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative though. So I'm going with Liverpool 2, Fulham 1.
All right. 2-1 in Liverpool's favor pays $4,500 in winnings with a $500 bet.
And then there's a certain side called Manchester City who will host one next side. Rona one like a joke side. They're going to get dismissed. Wicked. Near West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
How much goals are we going to win by?
All right, so let's go right to the odds, shall we? West Ham not feeling pretty good at the moment. They lost a 7-goal thriller against Crystal Palace. Meanwhile, it was City who edged closer to the title recently with a thriller against, I believe it was Fulham. That's correct. So the odds, the Just Bet odds, the final result bet option, the straight up basic option has City to win heavily at $1.20 straight up. The Hammers come in at $13 even for the upset. That's very enticing. And the draw attracts odds of $6.50. Manchester City dealing with a couple of injuries, notably to Kevin De Bruyne, their talisman. West Ham also dealing with injuries to the likes of Kurt Zuma and Gianluca that's Kamaka. Yes, that's correct. So Zuma is the more known name of those two. The midfielder is out for West Ham. Let's get to the correct score betting that allows you to maximize on your winning potential. Folks, you won't find a better sports betting option in the betting market. We've checked. So correct score bets that you can place on this game include: if City wins 3-1, a $500 bet pays $5,000 in winnings. If it's City by 4 goals to 1, a $500 bet would pay $7,500 in winnings. And if it's City 4-2, you're looking at a cool $22,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Now for the Hammers of West Ham, correct score bets include: if they win 2-1, $17,500 on offer with a $500 bet. If West Ham manages to beat Manchester City by 3 goals to 2, $50,500 in winnings on offer with only $500 worth. And by the way, you can bet on a draw as a correct score bet. A 1-all draw, for example, in this game would net you $6,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Manchester City at home, unbeatable. City, 4 goals to 2. $22,500 on offer with a $500 bet. I think this game has something more in it than most people would think. Taking City at $1.20, of course, not that great of the picking for the final result bet option. Once again, if you are a City fan, take advantage of correct score betting in this encounter.
How much I said? I'm going 2 love.
You got 2 love?
Yeah.
All right, City 2 love. Hold on a second here. Just type that in. City by 2 goals to 0 would pay also $5,000 in winnings with a $500 bet.
All right, and then the final one is also in the EPL. Man U plays at Brighton and Hove Albion. How do you see that one?
All right, the third game in the EPL. Yeah, all EPL games inside the winner's edge today. And just another tip for the betting public: if you don't want to take advantage of the correct score betting, and I don't see why not? But hey, if you don't want to do that, if you just want to place the straight up bets, right? Put those odds on one ticket, because the odds are added together, then multiplied by a betting dollar, and that's how you make the winnings nice and sweet with us at Just Bet all the same. Well, this one pretty interesting, going down Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon local time. Brighton in 8th right now, having a decent campaign this time around for Brighton and Hove Albion. Meanwhile, Manchester City have won 4 of their last 5 games in all competitions. Brighton at home is actually favored to win this game at $2 even, according to the Just Bet final result bet option. Manchester United come in at $4.30. The draw attracts odds of $3.75. So many ways to bet, folks, including the most lucrative Just Bet correct score betting option. For this game, bets you can place include: if Brighton wins by a correct score of 2 goals to 1, a $500 bet pays $4,400 in winnings. Brighton 1-0, $5,500 on offer with a $500 effort. And if it's Brighton by 2 goals to 0, $6,000 on offer with $500 work. Now for the Red Devils of Manchester United. Correct score bets you can place on United include: if they win 2-1, $6,000 on offer there with a $500 bet. United 2-0, $11,000 available with a $500 bet. If this game ends in a 2-all draw, $6,500 can be yours with a $500 bet. Wow, Brighton at home taking on a United team in good nick as well, having won 4 of their last 5 games across all competitions. A 2-all draw for me. $6,500 on offer with a $500 bet, and taking the draw at odds of $3.75 straight up.
I'm going with Manchester United to win this one even though they are playing away. Is it a home game for Man U, or are they going to
It's a road game for them.
road game? I still have them to win 2-1.
All right. United 2-1 would pay $6,000 even with a $500 bet.
All right, boss, it take us to the break.
Wow, thank you so much. Great to start off another week inside the Winner's Edge here on the Sports Desk on Omega Radio. So many sports to bet on. I heard in the sports in a minute a while ago, Orville, I think you were reading some tennis a while ago. Yeah, man, and that means
Djokovic, the vaccine restriction has been lifted, so he can start travel and play tennis again.
Okay, fabulous.
Basically, that is what it was.
Yeah. Of course, he will be missing the Madrid Open on right now in Spain. Yeah. Francis Tiafoe and company looking pretty good. Bets are available for the Madrid Open for both men and women's draws. All right. So, of course, basketball on in earnest tonight. Yes, Tuesday night. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals, where the LA Lakers, King James and company will visit the Teflon Don, Steph Curry, and the Golden State Warriors. Bets are available for that as well. Ice hockey, the Stanley Cup playoffs are available. You can bet on the Stanley Cup playoffs in NHL, and of course, so many other sports available: baseball, cricket, futsal, electronic sports as well. Make it justbetja.com or just bet location near you to get in the game and win big. Of course, all to you, your team and the listeners, from all of us at Just Bet. Stay safe, enjoy the games, and catch you on Thursday. Take care till then.
All right, Sir Jesse Blake, we will and definitely hope you're good until we meet again. We take a break, we'll be back. That was the Just Bet Winner's Edge, sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game from Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. For more information, visit justbetja.com.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feed for some retail therapy, Asden Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza Kingston and Linston, we have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Asden Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Make you smile. Asden Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Fresh up your interiors this Easter with top savings on our premium interior paints. Huge selection of rich, pure colors that have our highest safety seal. Save 15% off gallons and 20% off 5 gallons. Zero VOC, zero odor, ideal for asthma or allergy sufferers. Only at BH Paint Color Centers until April 30, 2023, or while stocks last. Fresh up your interiors this.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Welcome back. Let me say this before correction coming. From time to time, when it comes to the basketball discussions on this program, I yield because Zidane, very few people follow basketball and understand basketball the way Zidane does. And quite often, we have similar views.
Yes.
So there's no point, and Zidane will be able to break it down 99% in more detail and give it more context than me because he follow it more extensively. But people, what I do is understand sports,
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. Pioneer is a 2-time caller of the year. Highly rated, him have him fans. You can't take that. Nobody has ever won more than one caller of the year titles. And therefore, a man with the public say he need for winning it again. Yeah, man say, I'm going to go on that. Fine, I respect that. And what he brings to radio, box office, you can't go around that. But the truth is, people, Pioneer is overrated as a caller. Now, this is the same Pioneer who tell us at one point a few years ago that Draymond Green was more important to Golden State than Steph Curry.
Yes.
This is the same man who used to tell we that. And me, when him says a basketball neophyte, You used to know say nothing no go so. That can't make no sense. Now, the argument with Kevin Looney people. Pioneer gave a number. If Pioneer knew how to debate, you know.
Yes.
Pioneer wouldn't give a number, you know. Pioneer should have said if Golden State is to do well, then Kevin Looney has to come up big on the boards.
Yes.
Nobody would argue with that.
There you go.
But the fact that he now gave a number, he opens up himself for if that number is not reached, he loses the argument. That number was not reached. He lost the argument. Now, when I'm pointing out to him and him followers, he lost that argument to me, the basketball neophyte. He then says the only reason why he did not get those boards is because the coach took him off down the stretch. As if he feels that's making a point. You were arguing, Pioneer, the importance of Kevin Looney. The fact that Steve Kerr didn't play him as often or as many minutes is testimony to my point, not yours. You feel you're making a point and you're dying in your own prediction, my boss. Steve Kerr did not think that Kevin Looney's rebounds were as important as you did. Who you must cuss now is Steve Kerr.
Not Zidane.
Not me, I use it. All right. Is him still, Pioneer still here? Hello?
Me, you hear me, boss?
All right, yeah, we are here, you know.
All right, so last one you see
For your last minute.
All right, no, man, now give me a minute.
Give me a
minute and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm out for now, teacher.
Yes.
You can't stop an eyes and make me talk.
Yes.
Good. All right, firstly, you misinterpreted what I said. I said the coach did play him down the stretch. The coach didn't start him in some of those games, but he played down the stretch. And Zidane, let me ask you as a basketball now, which would you consider a greater index of importance to a coach? A player that starts a game or a player that the coach has on the floor going on the stretch?
If you're a regular starter before a particular series,
yeah.
I'm going to answer your question.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
If you're starting every game prior to a particular series, and in that current series now, you have been pulled to the bench, so you're playing less minutes. It means the coach in that series believe that you are less. Hold on. What the man ask me a question I can't answer? It means the coach believe in that series you are less important to him than in other series. That's what I think.
A specific question I have. Yeah, beat on the bush.
Not beat on the bush.
Which of the two would you consider a greater index of the coach's confidence in a player and shows importance in the player? The player starting or the player playing down the stretch? One, A or B?
No, but starters do play down the stretch. So starting does hold on, my boss. No. No. I'm saying no. The most important. Listen, my boss.
Starters are usually
the most important players start. Yes, start and play down the stretch.
And there goes Orville with his basketball.
Generally speaking, Pioneer starters are more widely regarded than bench players.
People like Andrew Bogut would start every game for the Golden State Warriors.
I'm saying generally, Pioneer. Generally, the best basketballers in the world are the ones who start.
That's a fact.
Orville, you said a lot before when I was on the phone. You said a lot before I came on the phone. Allow me now, please, people.
We must allow you. If you say the things that me even how irrational themselves.
People who understand basketball, it's a greater index of your importance to your team and the importance your coach put on you by who plays down the stretch.
Hold on, Pioneer. Man, no, don't run because you run from me all the while. Are you saying, no, big man, me I gotta ask you some question. Are you saying that bench players, well, I know?
Let me say something else.
No, but I'm going to challenge the foolishness where you just start.
Allow me, please. Just allow me.
But no. Are you saying, Pioneer, that, hold on.
A chance to talk. Allow me to say something.
And I'm saying I'm going to challenge the foolishness where you just said.
Go ahead.
Good. Right. Are you saying that generally speaking, bench starters are not more highly regarded than those who come off of the bench?
The really important players, that the Steph Currys and the Draymond Greens and those players, and the LeBron James will start. And
no. I'm asking you a question directly. Is it true or is it not true?
Your question
that the best players are usually the starters?
Go on again. What's his question?
Is it true or is it not true, Mr. Pioneer? Yeah. That the best players, you argue that it's generally true.
Yes. This is generally true. However,
you see how hard it is, how easy that is?
However, my point is, the greater index of your importance to your team is if you play down the stretch, especially in close.
But starters play down the stretch as well, Pioneer.
Relax. Some other time again. Zidane, it baffles me that a man like you, who watches as much basketball and argue with me, say, Looney never important and only Looney.
I never said no. I never said he wasn't important.
Nice try, Pioneer. You're clutching at straws, man.
Hold on. The only reason why Looney had such a big series in this series was because he was playing against nobody. Not knowing that.
Who said he was playing against nobody?
You said something.
No, man, I said the way them him play against the Sacramento. I never call him a nobody.
Not knowing that Looney was playing against the leading rebounder.
He was the leading. He rode against 29 other teams, not the Golden State Warriors. A matchup this now. The playoffs basketball is the way how they played against him. The way how they played him, my boss.
The Warriors 4 times in a regular.
No, I'm saying the way they played him in this series. Hold on, Pioneer, man. Let me help you. You can't understand the game. The way they played him, my boss. That's why he struggled to get rebounds because they forced him to play from the outside.
I wanted to make a very important point about Kevin, but time won't permit it. But let me say something again. People, for the people who weren't listening last year, but are listening now, I came on here. I said this is the exact thing that Orville was suggesting that I say. I said Kevin Looney needed to be big for the Warriors.
Did you give a number, Pioneer?
Orville and Zidane prompted me and said, give me like a number, how much? And I don't think I said 12. I said need to average favor needed 9 or 10 rebounds.
Whatever you said, you were wrong. No matter how much you did say. We were telling you, Pioneer, that he doesn't need.
Let me show you the stupidity argument.
How is my argument stupid when you wrong and me right?
Let me pick it which you understand. If there's a batsman who is a very important batsman to the West Indies, and you say, Orville, in order for the West Indies to win this series, this batsman needs to be good. He needs to come up good. And me say to you, how much of his energy? And you say, boy, right now I feel like he needs to average about 90 or 80 now. And this batsman averages 60. See,
I would have gotten it wrong.
And that 60 is good enough for the West Indies to win the series.
I would have gotten it wrong.
You're foolish, man. You don't know about
if I said that the man needed to average 80 if the West Indies win, and him average 60 or West Indies win, me get it wrong.
All you're trying to do is being sticklers for stupidity.
All I'm trying to do is to prove to you that when it comes to rational arguments, you go over the top, and I'm always calm, cool, and make more sense than you. That is your problem.
Once you understand, it's when you're on the radio, you're talking to the public. And you assume that everybody in the public are idiots. So just like how JJ, the member of the argument from last year, and come back to the face.
But you got it wrong, Pioneer. We were telling you that that Golden State will win or could win without the numbers you mentioned. Just accept that, man.
Kevin Looney continues to show that he has a great importance to the Warriors.
We never were doubting his importance.
Pioneer was like the man importance to Curry.
Here we go. You give me more time. Pioneer speak very dishonest.
Yeah, man. The same thing to Draymond Green. He said Draymond Green was more important than Curry.
I know him change that.
I know him change.
People, what? Hey, if Pioneer was arguing Looney's importance, none of it. Me don't know about you, but me never had to argue.
No, we're not going to talk.
The mere fact that you put a number and stuck to it. Can remember we are saying you're sure.
And him say yes,
and
he was adamant. He came in back to back. They saying this is what he needs to do around 12 or more. He said 12 or more.
The man not get that, and you still want company really like you have big argument. And the fact that the man never start, it means that your importance was reduced in the eyes of the coach.
Exactly.
If you were a starter before, that series came and him not start you anymore. It means in the coach's eyes, your importance is reduced.
Yes.
Logic's way at that. Anyway,
who is this now? Correction.
Something me there done.
What you say? Correction. And the first day I called from.
Them think me there done. People. Oh my God. It has been what? About 3 weeks?
You're sure no more than that?
Probably more, boss, man, because of 2 weeks me out for man.
Yeah.
I don't know if a COVID auntie, uncle, niece, but why somebody related to somebody, touch me,
Yeah.
Wicked, man. So protect on yourself.
Yeah, man, it's a dangerous thing. I'm understanding going around.
Brother, if me see a flyer sneezing, man, me gone, man.
Yeah.
Gone, brother. All right, people. Now go rewind back the clock, from that last day that I called, the debate.
Yes.
Jamaica. Let me explain what happened. Orville and Zidane might know that most of the times when I'm calling, even now, I'm basically on the road, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. More time you hear me calling, even when I have pull off the road. So, on the day after the debate, like most of the days I was on the road, and I was in a particular community. Jungle to be exact. You understand? And I decided, I don't know what about that, so I now pull over down here something. But do not debate. You understand? So while G-Star was doing his 5 minutes, I was busy tearing down Cali Smith Drive to get to Spanish Town Road, so that I could, I had a laptop in my lap. And by the time G-Star did his speech, I basically was pulling over right at Horizon and Spanish Town Road here. So. And only for when I was about to start, the laptop was slipped out of my lap when I pull over and everything. And then trying to retrieve the laptop, all of the information gone off my screen. So basically, what I resorted to was to freestyle. So I was freestyling from head. You understand? So, G-Star, big up yourself. Big up yourself on your win. But count your lucky star.
Wait, yeah? You want a rematch down the road?
but Mars.
Was there a rematch clause in the contract?
G-Star, watch yourself.
All right, hold the line, corrections. Hold the line, we have the break. We'll take the break. We're coming back.
KLAS FM now presents a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
Wash your hands frequently. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands with an alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water. Washing your hands with soap and water or using alcohol-based hand rub kills viruses that may be on your hands.
KLAS FM has just presented a health alert, sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, I want to before you continue correction. We're getting listeners all the way now in Kenya. I probably will play the voice note we just got in from Rachel. Rachel from Kenya listening into the show. Rachel, we would love to have you on one of these days, but apparently them struggle to call from where they are. Anyway, correction. Back with you.
Yeah, man. So yes, when I started the year, I spot out of the block.
Mm.
At them time the laptop dropped in the bread, I said, oh, but Jesus, I will really have gone from you. But with all that being said, it was good. Sister, watch yourself. I'm watching you keenly. Don't come from the red contact of foolishness. Yeah?
Yes.
Never rush you. All right. Next thing I want to rewind the clock back again for now. Zidane.
Yes.
Now you do something where my thing was as a journalist and one of the man them where I lead the thing for the program. That thing say should I do that?
What was that?
Now when Garvey win the debate, remember I want to set the parameters of the thing in ASF. There was a time when we had judges coming in to do to do the voting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say here and now. Based on own assessment, I want to believe the callers should be the judge.
Yes.
Yeah? I want to set nothing there in a standard there.
Yes.
I want to put in a thing there. So when Garvey win, brother, get up on the program and beat the judges them.
No, I'm not beat the judges. Me just say me this. No, hold on, man.
Beat the judges them, brother. Tell us the judges them.
No, they can't. You can't disagree. Hold on, no corrections. You can't disagree with the judge's decision, and I did. And I beat the judges, me boss.
Hold on.
Nothing wrong with that.
Arvin.
Yes.
Arvin. When the three independent judges were here, what was one of the rules after the debate finished?
You can disagree with the judges, but don't disrespect them.
No, man.
That was the. I don't know why they get it so wrong, you know.
Arvin
never said they couldn't disagree with the judges and say you think this person win. We couldn't crazy like that.
That you don't want nobody call
and disrespect
them
judges.
And criticize the judges.
Well, no. You can disagree in a manner that doesn't look like it's a disrespect.
Yeah.
No, when me hear Zidane after the man win.
Because my son brilliant. No man, because my son brilliant in telling you why Chris Lynch won the debate. You say me disrespecting the people in my boss. That man. I'm not disrespecting. That's brilliant.
Zidane, take off the shine off of the man victory, brother.
No man, no bother with that. Top, boy.
Zidane, listen to me now, man.
You see where you want come
Listen
to
me now,
after
man.
you call the program. After you call the program and rush me when me say Warriors they go Lakers they go beat the Grizzlies. You don't want to address that, you know. You're coming to make a side argument. You can't try that with me in a correction.
Me soon come to you,
That's if you talk about.
When I said to you, we soon come to the basketball. Me I said to you, as a man who set the thing and as one of the analysts and the program, brother, can I take?
I don't think I did anything wrong, my boss. So you can move on now.
Shine off for the man victory, brother.
Listen, me disagree with the callers, my boss.
I mean, I wonder if it's because Garvin know for call and punch. Garvin always have it right, you know.
Yeah,
but
man.
Me
know you that deflect, man.
So me I wonder.
Apologize to me for this when I say Grizzlies can't beat the Lakers. You disrespect me. Apologize to me.
Hold on. Let's come to that now.
Yes.
Correction is a big man, you know. When I get it wrong, I get it wrong, you know. Because the man them win, so I get it wrong. So when I come with a little politician,
But you spoke with such authority, my boss.
Tell us, you get it right because the man them win.
You know, the Pioneer worst time, the Pioneer saying he gave Lakers no shot, you know. Same worst time, yes.
Pioneer did that?
Yes, and Ray came and Ray and said he gives Lakers no shot against the Grizzlies.
At what point will Pioneer and correction them start to understand basketball?
Oh,
they only say understand basketball more than me. We're gonna get things more wrong than I don't get it.
No man, pick up here and get things more wrong.
You had given Lakers. You had said Lakers would lose this series.
Yeah, man.
Just like
he spoke with authority as well.
Let me put up a point out there. Just like everybody else, there is only 2 series out of the first round that I got incorrect, and that was Lakers and Giannis.
Well, me not get none wrong.
You understand? So now, dance the music now, you know, Zidane, because me know you come bob and weave, you know.
Yes.
You have watched the regular season, as you said.
Yes.
You have watched the first round of the playoff. I want you to name a winner.
We have Lakers and Nuggets in the
No. Listen me again. Me want you to name a
Nuggets. Denver Nuggets.
NBA
Denver Nuggets.
Okay. So you're a good student.
All right, leave it. That's a correction.
All right, good.
And good to have you back, sir.
Yeah, man.
And next time when you debate, tape down the laptop on your leg.
Yes. Let me get dropped.
All right. Music
brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. This one is from Stitchy featuring Sophia Clark. Angels Protect Us.
Just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure. He just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
In a world where there is so much hate, how can we make it on our own?
In a time when men with evil ways are on patrol,
everyone's crying out for justice, never to come.
The peace of God is here for all and not for some.
When he gave his life, let us do what is right and remember.
He just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
Sing it again.
He just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
Now in a world where there is so much race, fighting to achieve material goals,
the moral things we hold so dear just disappear.
Self-respect is out of place and must return.
Brotherly love for all should be the prime concern.
By His grace we're preserved. Let us stand on His words and remember.
He just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
I know
He just protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
You see, Jesus and I, him a protecting the fence around me every day. Me giving thanks, me singing praises, and me worshiping in every way. No weapon that is formed against God's people can never prosper. With golden wings to guard our lives, our angels from the Father. Remember that.
Angels protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure.
Sing it again.
Angels protect us. He watches over us. Anywhere we go, he's there for sure. Lord, you send your angels to protect us.
All right, that one is from Lieutenant Stitchy and Sophia Clark, Angels Protect Us, brought to you by Edge Paints for people who dream in color.
All right, so we move on to the next caller. Whoever that will be. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, man, this is Physio.
Physio.
Yeah, man. You know, from last week, I try to call after I debate. My pointers. You hear me?
Yes.
As I said, I think Chris Lynch win the debate. But I think that Chris Lynch needs to explain the statistics to him. I don't understand why people are coming and say Chris Lynch needed to address or to expound on the statistics that he gave. The statistics speak for themselves. The fact that he compared both LeBron and Kobe and present the statistics, you need no other explanation. One day we are ahead in all categories, and the man already outlined everything, big games, regular, everything the man outlined. Yes. So I think no point there. So the other argument to them I say, why you can't win debate because he fails to answer a question. Oh God, man! If that is the only criteria I use, the fact that he didn't answer a question, he said lose the debate. How are we going to now look at everything when him do and then say because of that him lose the debate? That me never to get. Also, how what am I name? Garvey, how Garvey started. Garvey started out picking out a few points, a few games to try to discredit LeBron James. He never really pinpoint and show and compare both of them over their entire career in the playoffs. Yes. So I don't understand how the man them really analyze exactly what the man them say. I don't know a few punchline where Garvey, because Garvey smart. Garvey use a little punchline and I don't know if people don't understand what is the debate and that in a debate you need to present certain statistics to prove your point. You can't just come with a saying and then because you come with a saying and it leak, that means you win. I don't really understand that. But I guess the people them vote and I guess that's the thing.
Yes.
On to Pioneer argument, when me hear Pioneer I thought about. I don't know why I'm Pioneer argue about this. Pioneer basically said last year that Looney needs to come big. That him, sir?
No.
Looney had to be big on the board.
He never left it there.
He said Looney had to be big on the board the first day, and then he called back and then he gave a number. I think he gave probably like 9.
Let me give it the real argument. Mm-hmm. He was lightening Looney's importance close to Steph Curry. And I say, you're crazy Pioneer. No, sir, you're overrating the importance of Looney.
That's with Draymond Green a couple years ago.
Yes, that's when he got into it now and say, hey, I'm gonna show you say if Looney don't get like 12 rebounds per game, they can't win. Because he got emotional and then he spoke out and talked rubbish.
I think he said 12. I think it is Jim. I think he said 9.
Whatever number he gave, Looney got less.
But based on the numbers that Looney averaged in the series, he averaged like 14, 15. Looney was so impactful, and without Looney's impact, them would win.
No, man,
the third quarter with them pull away.
Listen.
If Looney never have them big 7 offensive rebounds,
me not buy them argument. I don't know about. Honestly, it's like a man come tell me say without Rodman in the last 3 peat, Lakers Bulls gonna win. Rodman was very important. He got important rebounds. He was a juggernaut defensively. Me not believe say if Rodman got a hamstring injury in the first game, Michael Jordan couldn't pull off a miracle. Because Michael Jordan is that guy. Steph Curry is that guy. LeBron James is that guy.
We can't say that still because without LeBron, when LeBron James went up against the Golden State without his piece.
No, you say one thing me have to say now. Did
So,
Golden
but
State
we
ever?
can't under.
Did Golden State ever
Looney
win
impact
titles
in this
without Kevin Looney
Yes,
before?
they would have.
Yeah, they would have, but you have to look on how the team been playing and that the team is not
No.
at the best shape.
The Golden State with all the other with the main pieces, Draymond, Clay,
They won
and
with the
Steph,
main pieces, but also
would have
remember
won
the main
without
pieces
Kevin
are
Looney.
not. But remember,
I
the
cannot
Orville-
now say that they couldn't have won
One.
if he didn't come up big. I
But
can't
reason
I can't reason
But Clay is not the Clay of old. Draymond is not Draymond. Andrew Wiggins just come back, so his point that he deposited, the things that are valid
If,
points.
you say if you had left if you had left it there,
If he didn't left it open,
No.
yeah, but
Yes.
But I'm glad they mentioned Wiggins. You know how we win the argument even more? Because in the end, Looney wasn't even the second most impactful player. It was Andrew Wiggins in that finals.
In the final,
In the finals against Boston, Andrew Wiggins was the listen to me, boss, man. The man, if you take him next boss, because if you go like Looney would have been the next best thing.
Series he was really talking.
No, what I'm saying to you, my boss, in the series against Boston, the NBA finals that we're talking about, Looney was not even the second most impactful warrior. It was Andrew Wiggins.
But we still not don't play Looney. In fact,
I'm not don't play anything. We just argue the point that you need to overrate and overhype the importance of Looney in that series against Boston.
So it's really the numbers where him point out. In numbers, you know, reach the number where him
But
say.
what I want to know though, somebody's asking,
Eh.
how does Looney doing what he's doing now against the Sacramento King have anything to do with the point he made against Boston last year?
It does.
Is that
No, it's showing the importance. It's showing
No, my boss man. No, my boss man. Are two different teams, are two different circumstances. So you saying he needed to be big against Boston doesn't help your point when he's big against Sacramento Kings, boss, because they never needed the same thing against Boston, obviously.
All right, a different matchup.
There,
Let me go on to my Liverpool.
All right, hold on. Make we take the break.
All right,
And
we'll
we're
come
coming
in 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're coming.
Tracy, who you go give on now?
You're too fast. Hey, me I got your text now for buy up my sugar bun, wine slice, bulla, coffee strip, and marble cake, plus some raisin bread, banana cake, and the best rock cake for the pitney them.
Me can get some?
No, go buy your own. Hey.
Jotex Bakery. Visit 20 Gold Street, Kingston, or call 922-5768. Open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Delivery island-wide. Jotex Bakery. So nice, so right.
Conditions apply. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Physio, still there.
Yeah, man. But correction, big up yourself, boss. You get away with that one. We understand now why it's so slow out of the block.
Yeah.
You're a thing with G-Star. All right. Also, me I say Liverpool now. Me like how the team's playing now, going forward. All of the pieces up front, back, and them a click. We still need some midfielders, and I still think so we need a right back. The way I say Alexander Arnold in a midfielder, I want to keep him there. Give me a right back and give me two more midfielders, and we look good for next season. This season is a bust, so we just need to get some quality pieces in our middle and right back, and we're supposed to good going forward. So, yeah, man, that's my few points.
All right, Physio. Big up.
All right.
All right. We'll go to Piney.
Big up yourself.
Yes.
Up, Zidane. Big up.
Yes, Piney.
I will sports this team. All right, so Zidane. Correction. Incorrect, man. You come back today. Yeah, man. At least you can see say you shake off the shame and come back. Now by that sickness and I embarrassed because you're running for G-Star thing and him bust off your head. But you're still good to hear. So you should never leave. Them thing is just thing what we do for the fun and the popularity of the radio station. So when you left your name now go grow, because I have to we know you, So if you left your name go stagnant. So stay your bird. Yes. KLAS Sports Bet is the place to be. So don't let it and go nowhere. Stay back here. Yeah, man. Moving right on now. I have a lot of way to since the year started from last year. And if you remember, one of my most recent wait to see was the Phoenix Suns will not make it to the Western Conference Final. The series not over yet, but do you agree with me to this up to what you up to today?
I picked the Denver Nuggets to win from before the start of the season.
Did you remember me saying that the day after Kevin Durant trade when I said they gave away too much?
Yes, I remember.
You remember?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for remembering.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to drop a thing and I want to run because you don't know it. So hear this now. I want to drop a top 5 point guard list. My top 5.
All time or currently?
All time.
Okay.
History. So here my top 5 now. Hear this now. We are going to drop in 5 OLIs, right?
What do you mean by OLIs?
Outside looking in.
Okay.
So we have dropped 5 OLI. That means to say that the other 5 can't put anywhere in the top 10. But the top 5, no, starting from 5. Number 5, Steve Nash. Number 4, no man. I mixed up on the right here. So. OLI, Steve Nash, right?
Yeah, this is the outside looking in.
Yes.
All right.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson is on the outside looking in?
Just pull let me do my thing now, man.
Okay.
So anybody want to put up them list, and put up them list and check where you know. So we have, let me start over, write them down, you know. OLI, Steve Nash. OLI, Magic Johnson. OLI, Kyrie Irving. Now we're gonna put Isaiah Thomas and Jason Kidd on the OLI list. All right? That's 5, right?
Yes.
All right, so here my now. Number 5, John Stockton. Number 4, Damian Lillard. Number 3, Steph Curry. Number 2, Russell Westbrook. And number 1 is Chris Paul. No. That is my final top 5 NBA point guard of all.
You know what is hurting about this? A man like you take me on about basketball.
What a man take you on about basketball?
No, me say you are a person that comes and challenge me about my views.
I'm not taking, you know, me not do the take
So, no, but hold on, no pine action. No man, you're bragging. No man, you're bragging all over the place that you beat me and Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate. And I'm saying to you, you don't have that ability, my boss. When you're going to put up an all-time list of top 5 point guards and have Russell Westbrook ahead of Magic Johnson, you have to pay your bill, pine, man.
Yo, me just tell you why that is my.
It didn't matter if I hear this, my boss. It's rubbish.
All right. Chris Paul is mine. You cannot.
You have Russell Westbrook as a point guard over Magic Johnson, pine. We don't do that on the program, pine, man. We don't water them with local Jamaican program, my boss, man. Don't do that, pine, man.
Zidane, me tell you something.
You know better, pine, man. Don't do this, man.
Come on, no, man. Me don't know better, man.
You know better than this, my boss, man. You can't.
Yeah, waste my time and tell me the same thing. How much can you tell me know better than this before you give me a chance to talk? This is mine, you know. This is not yours or anybody else, you know. So put up your top 5 now. And that's why I want you to put up your top 5. And then I can tell you why my top 5 better than your top 5. And listen.
What is the criteria for best point guard?
All things considered excluding ring because his team win championship.
Okay. And you have Russell Westbrook ahead of Magic Johnson.
Of course.
And you do have Magic Johnson in the top 5 at all.
No, Magic Johnson is not in my top 5. My top 5, Magic Johnson is not here.
Well, we have John the top.
Where you rank Magic Johnson as a point guard?
No, me have John on a 20th all time. My 20th.
No, man, I have no problem with you and with
good,
you
sir.
Jordan. We're
all
not
right.
talking about
so me not trouble you.
Jordan is not a point
so
guard.
me do have Michael Jordan in my top 10 basketball players of all time. Don't trouble me.
With that. That is yours.
Good,
no,
sir. So me don't want hear no more argument from you. No. You can't have no discussion with me about any basketball. Listen again.
As long as you go and sit here and back and forth, and you not put up your type.
We can't argue. That come like a man.
Put up your top 5. Who is your number 1? You tell me about. Me ask you, who is your number 1 point?
I am. Why? I don't know if to respond to this.
Michael Jordan and LeBron.
Me struggling to respond to the call like this, pine. Me not as a basketball purist. My head hurting me, man. Me true, man. Me can't manage me, man. You're out of this world. Pine, you're out of class, me, man. Me can't angle you, pine. You're the goat at talk sports.
Mr. Zidane, again, my top 5 better than any top 5 you can put up here.
All right,
excluding championship rings because I don't say team win championship.
Yeah, I agree.
No individual, no win.
Yes, I agree. Magic Johnson, not in a top 5 all time, and Russell Westbrook is in either, number 2.
Of course, then Russell Westbrook, when you look at Russell Westbrook play, what Magic Johnson do, other than him have more assists and him win some championship, top Lakers teams, other than Russell
I'll him
Westbrook.
do have some more assists.
Russell Westbrook is better than Magic Johnson because he put up better numbers than Magic Johnson when he have it.
Hold on, Russell Westbrook. So Chris Paul better than Steph Curry, that you say. We have a number one.
Of course. Then Chris Paul at number one point guard.
And Russell Westbrook better than Chris Curry as well.
And this is, I said this, but I tell you what, majority of basketball fans and analysts look at me and agree with me. Some people we don't want to do no work and just argue and be cussed me about it. But I'm not here to curse anyone. I give you a top 5 and 5 OLIs. Now, if you want to switch up my top 5 and 5 and put, you have to get your top 5 out of my top 10 then. Let me just give you.
All right.
So there's no way you can tell me anything else. Put up your top 5 and then we have a conversation. You cannot fight me for what me have. Fight me, let us fight over where you have versus where me have. That's how this is going to work. Now you just tell me say me an idiot.
No, I never called you an idiot.
No, man. Well, me I got to that, man. You never called me that, and I apologize for saying what you did not say. But I'm just saying that's way in your head. So me I read your brain right now. Put up your top 5 and make we have to discuss.
All right,
anybody want to put up them top 5? Put up them top 5 and call me out.
All right.
Let me go do some extensive research. No, but before you say all right, you come here and you talk about that Michael Jordan argument. Let me tell you something, Zidane, and I don't want you to interrupt me. Let me just say this and then you can say what you have to say. There was a day when I and you have a conversation on the Michael Jordan versus the LeBron James thing, and I have 2 minutes or whatever to talk. And when I start to read things that I have done extensive research on, the co-host of yours said, no, stop, it can't go so. It has to be more organized and this and that. And it was never organized because I was brutalizing you.
No, man. Let me remind you what happened. You wanted to talk for 2 minutes uninterrupted, and we couldn't have that on the regular course of discussion. That was the case.
But I did already gone 2 minutes on the pull me after that because and then at the end of the day,
it wasn't about your quality of your arguments. It was that you wanted 2 minutes to just talk, which couldn't work.
Then we're not supposed to. But then so hold on. The other day when Chris Lynch and G-Star, when G-Star and Chris Lynch have them discussion, him not have 4 minutes and the other man.
That was a formal debate. That was a formal debate.
You cannot debate with me. So I
agree with you. When you say Magic Johnson not in the top 5 all time, and Russell Westbrook better, I can't debate you.
No, me don't want to debate with that. No one debate.
You're the goat of that discussion.
But you know what? As me say, some people are going to agree, some people not going to agree.
No, I don't think you will. I don't think anybody will agree with that. Actually,
that is my top 5, and I can show you people because this is something right now. Me have this same post on Facebook right now. I got gone up on one Facebook side named all-time basketball. Me have this around right now at the top post on it right now. Over than Libertad and Friends Network at the top post on it. People are criticizing, and people are disagree, and people agree, and people are calling me names, but it still don't matter. I am doing what is good for sports. So let's have the discussion. Whenever you find me a dancing partner, we can do the Michael Jordan thing, and I will embarrass you and all the LeBron fans.
All right.
So find the dancing partner, let's dance.
All right, Magic Johnson.
Later on, gone.
All right. Who we have there now, Craig? Let's say about that, the better. Do I chat?
Hey.
Yes.
Guys, how y'all doing?
Yes, do I chat?
Hey. Orville.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention to the program. I heard my name, but didn't really capture what you said. So I like to be sure about things before I speak. So just remind me exactly what you're saying about what Dwight Chatwood said.
I was looking at the scores in the what you call them, Weeks Headley Academy series, and we're seeing where a lot of players were scoring bigger runs than they would normally score in first class cricket.
It is first class cricket.
Bigger runs than they would score in the regular first class season.
It is first class cricket. It's not. It's not an
they've
regional cricket tournament. It's a different tournament.
They have given it first class status.
Yeah, so it's first class.
Belated.
No, man, not belatedly. When they announced the tournament, they said that it would be first class.
They sought permission and got it. It was not originally listed as a first class.
All right.
Anyway,
Orville, what's the point?
The point is, I feel that while the names of the players might suggest the best around. I'm not sure that the intensity of the competition is greater than in the actual competition.
All right, I want to capture exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
Are you questioning how we rank the quality of cricket games?
No.
You're not questioning that?
I'm not even sure I understand what you're asking. But
Well, traditionally, we would say there's regional, above that, A-team cricket, and above that, there's test cricket.
no, I'm not doing that.
So it's not a situation where if a man score runs at the A-team level, you tend to put a lot more weight on that.
It depends against.
So you're saying that if a player score runs at a test level, you would not necessarily put more weight on that versus what he did at regional.
It depends against.
Okay.
And I am saying that I would rank 100.
So where you pressure Hope for them?
I'm not pressuring Hope.
Because Hope of a 50 average at a first class level.
No, man,
you pressure the man and thing.
I pressure Hope.
I don't understand you. You just say you not necessarily look at your tests and say, boy, this is a higher level. And say, boy, basically, I mean, in fact, now you the other day said Blackwood better than Hope. Blackwood first class average can't come next to Shea Hope's.
I rate Blackwood as a higher test cricket.
No, man. You said Blackwood is a better batsman. That you tell everybody. You said Blackwood is a better batsman than Shea Hope.
In test cricket.
Oh, but this is interesting. So you don't know who better then?
Blackwood is a better test batsman than Shea Hope.
Oh, okay. So Blackwood is a better test batsman, but you don't know who is a better batsman.
Hope is the better ODI.
No, man. Explain. Blackwood is a better test batsman, but you don't know who is a better batsman.
I know who is
that
a better.
What you're saying?
No.
What are you saying?
Blackwood is a better test batsman than who?
But you don't know who is a better batsman.
Which format?
No, man. Just who is a better batsman.
Tell me the form.
Me not ask the format. Me ask who is a better batsman.
What is happening, Shatu?
I don't know what.
Huh?
What is happening?
Me don't know.
You have three different formats of cricket, you know. So what's the question you're asking?
Not sure. But we'll
no, man, we're talking red ball. We're not talking ODI.
Red ball. So
we're not talking ODI and T20. We're talking red ball cricket.
The highest
Who is a better red ball cricketer? Shea Hope or Jermaine Blackwood?
The highest form of red ball.
Lord of mercy, where I can't get that straight answer, I will never understand.
You must go answer, man. Listen to me, you hear the answer. Go on, Orville.
The highest level of red ball cricket is test cricket. And Blackwood at that version, at that level, is better than Hope.
But you don't know who is a better red ball cricketer.
I would say Blackwood.
No, Orville.
So no answer no shot to him. Say Blackwood.
You're saying Blackwood is better
at red ball cricket, yes.
You're now coming out. You're saying Blackwood is better at red ball cricket.
Yes. You were asking me
Shea Hope is better at the first class level.
Because I have test cricket at a higher level.
Okay. All right. Cool. So do you have A-team cricket at a higher level than regional cricket?
Depends against who.
A-team cricket as a block. Do you have it at a higher level than regional cricket?
Generally, I'd say yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So if we have regional cricketers, and we should take the very best regional cricketers and create a tournament over it.
I don't think.
Would you believe that's a better level than what you traditionally have in regional cricket?
You use the word tournament.
Yeah.
Tournament suggests a long list of games where there's a prize.
No. Hold on, line, Dwight. We have a break.
Yeah,
we're coming back. We're coming back.
Visit Garrett Trading and Installation at 169 Constant Spring Road and 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue for all your tiling and classic stone needs. Call 876-634-9773. The time by Garrett Trading is 2:30.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
England men's white ball team will tour the West Indies in December for 3 one-day internationals and 5 T20s. The tour will start with 2 ODIs in Antigua on the 3rd and 6th of December, before the final game in Barbados on December 9. Now, Barbados, Grenada, and Trinidad will host the T20s from the 12th to the 21st of December. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, back with you, Dwight Chatu.
You're making a point.
I was making, what point was I again?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, you said, ask the question. You did ask that.
If we have regional cricketers, we have it. No.
Yeah.
Let's call it 15 by 6. About 9. Well, how much? 90 players roughly, or something like that. But not even know. Zane, and we should say, okay, we're going to reduce that. We have a set of results from those games, and then we take the very best of those, and then we start to play some games, a smaller competition with those guys. Which level of cricket is higher?
Only 2 games.
Orville, I'm going to repeat the question.
No, but that's why I'm asking.
No. Just listen carefully to the question and answer the question. Don't create your own question. Do not create your own question.
No, I'm trying to understand the question you want.
Yeah, man, that's why I said just listen carefully and you can understand it. You have regional cricket, 5 games, okay? And let's say you take the very best players, see?
Yeah.
If you say you have 90 regional players, let's say you just take the 30 best players.
Yeah.
The 40 best players, and you should have a tournament with 5 games with those players. Which is a higher level?
On paper, it would be the best players.
Okay, so it would be the best players.
No,
the second tournament would be the best players.
In theory, but
so what is your complaint?
No, I'm not complaining.
Oh, you're agreeing with me in saying that we should play more best of the best.
No, I'm not.
So you don't just come out and say that because Dwight Chatu did say it first. Where you don't admit the boy, you agree with Dwight Chatu that we should play more of these best of the best games.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
You're not, but you just said, Orville.
I said in
that,
theory.
No, wait, no man. You just said with your own mouth that we play 5 regional games.
Yes.
See? And then we call the group of guys and we take the very best of them and play 5 best of the best games. That the best of the best, 5 best of the best game would generally end up
No. All right, give me a chance. I said in theory, it's supposed to be a higher standard. However, it doesn't always work out like that. I'm looking at the scorecards and I'm seeing people scoring more runs in this best of the best than they would normally score in first class cricket.
Oh.
Kurt McKenzie, for example, has
okay.
gotten a double 100.
Let me ask you a quick question. No, I understand the point. You're saying people are scoring more runs in the best of the best.
I'm not saying everybody.
Not everybody, but you see a couple man score more runs in
than
the
they
best
would
of the
normally
best
score in first class.
Than they had scored before.
Yes.
When Brian Lara made those runs in Sydney, Australia, did you question those runs?
No.
But that was more runs than he has ever scored in regional cricket at that time.
Agreed.
So why you never question it?
What do you mean why I don't question it?
No, you say even though in theory it should work.
Let me
explain. The problem that you have is that they're scoring more runs.
Give me a chance. We already know what the standard of Test cricket is. We were looking at. I watched that 277. I know how intense that game was. I know that when me McDermott and Shane.
It was an intense game. The game that ended in a draw.
No man,
that was an intense game.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. Not my recollection.
No man, I watched the game in Brandon.
You said that game.
Oh
was
Jesus, give me a chance to talk on some of the time, man. Dwight, how much minutes him got? I can't bother with you come on now. All right, we take it. Big up. All right. that game that Brian scored the 277 was an intense test. Okay?
All right.
Shane Warne, the Australians playing test cricket are always going to be intense. I don't know for sure that when you pick up the best players in the West Indies, name two sides that is as intense as when they're playing for them country. That's the point I was trying to make. That's the point why Chateau is not prepared to understand. All right, Rollington Top.
Hello?
Why yes, my boss?
Orville, this day must be one of the hottest days on the record.
In terms of what?
Hot on the sun is out in all its glory.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, terrible. Anyway, what's happening?
You tell me now.
Zidane.
Yes, Mr. Rollington.
Hold on. Is
You
Arsenal
know that
leading
part.
Chelsea 3 right as well?
Yeah, Chelsea no good still.
You know that's
Also-
hard to call you.
Oh yes, your team.
You were the man who said at this bench that you said the Philadelphia have.
It's not a bench do anything.
It's going, eh?
I know your bench do nothing.
No, but you said that the bench is good, and the bench is really good.
Who Philly? No, but you have some good players. You have one or two good players outside.
Very good.
But it's really Harden kept you in that game about.
Oh yes, man. 40 points the man put on, you know.
If Harden was just good enough, they would have blown that lead open, you know.
Yeah.
Harden was so great that he kept it within
Exactly.
striking
because-
distance. Yes.
And if you notice, Tatum man smart.
A lot of people might come and say, "Oh, down the stretch, this something." They like to talk about overrate down the stretch. Not remembering that if Harden was even just good, Celtics would have blown away that game. Harden had to be special to keep them in check.
When they went up by 10 in the, I think it was the second quarter.
Yes.
It looked like they were ready to blow, you know.
Yes, indeed.
And all of a sudden, we put on the screws, man. Smart and Statham were kept quiet. But let me tell you something. I don't want to get overexcited about this, but I like the look of the 76ers right now. What do you think, really?
Why?
How far you think they can go?
Well, if you win this series, you're a big favorite to go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, because remember Zidane, we discussed that the Celtics team, yeah, not ordinary, you know.
Yeah, I believe that this is the series that will determine who advance.
And
You don't want to write off the Miami Heat because I think they will.
No,
be there.
you can't write
But
them
when
off.
you look at what has happened in the regular season, the players who you have in terms of Philadelphia and Boston, you mean that this is the series now? Do you want to think that if you play hard and execute, you should be in the NBA Finals? So this series is a big series for both teams.
Yeah, I genuinely feel that we will handle Miami easier than the Celtics team here. But having seen what happened without MB, you know, it make me wonder now.
You're optimistic now.
Yes, very.
Very optimistic, yes.
Very. Because without MB and, you know, to keep the thing under control so far at the in the man them yard and to keep the scoring under control up to 5 seconds before the game call off. You can see that the 76ers were planning perfectly.
Yeah, but
you know,
if James Harden at his best, if James Harden is going to give us the James Harden that we know, then he actually would be a better player than both the top players on the Boston team. You know, we know that James Harden can do these things occasionally. That he can dominate and win you a game.
Him certainly fill the spot last night.
Can he maintain this? It's gonna be tough.
You know, and if the thing is that he comes up with the 3-pointers when it is necessary.
Yeah, the role players can gain confidence from the fact that your big superstar is out, your main man, who would like to win MVP is out, and you got the split. Let's say you get the split, so you basically would have one or two away games without him. So you should be confident going back to Philly. So it's gonna be.
Yes, and it is an opportunity for people like Harden and them to show that they're not just there for fun.
Yeah.
You understand? Because his 40 points was welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, when I got a bit jumpy, Zidane,
yes,
when I saw Maxi go down, and then they sent for the bicycle, I realized that it is probably I must tie up on him and put him on the bicycle to stretch it out.
Yes.
So it seems as if that wouldn't occur again for the night. But that was good.
Yeah.
But definitely, I'm optimistic now.
Yeah, man. All right, because see it unfolds. It's exciting.
Big up Rallington.
Yes. All right, my boss. Take care.
Now let me hope. Dwight is saying that 277 was not intense. Sometimes it's difficult to
Lara,
yeah. Let me tell you what happened. This was 1993.
Yes.
West Indies had not lost a test series for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
We were, by 1993, what do they call it now? Showing cracks in that unbeatable 80s team.
Mm-hmm.
We went down to Australia, which at the time was a team people said if we're going to lose, it would be the Australia team. First test, draw. Second test, Australia win the second test. So now you're coming into the third test with Australia holding a 1-0 lead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in that third test, Australia bat first and made 503. Our response now, if we could determine, so we got 2-0 down
indeed.
in our 5-match series. Isn't it? Remember, this is a West Indies team that had not been beaten for 13 years. We go to Australia and we're 1-0 down into that third test. Australia batted 500 runs. If we bat poorly, a tool of with 2 to play. When they make 500, Brian Lara step made a double 100. West Indies make more than the 500.
Mm-hmm.
Kept us from not losing that third test. And then West Indies went on to win the 4th and the 5th test. Dwight Chateau is wanting to convince us that that third test was not an intense test match. It is difficult to argue with people who sound like that. Had we gone down there, we would have, we couldn't win the series. But Australia 2-0 up with 2 to play, I am not convinced that we could have gone on to draw the series. So in the context, not just for that series, but in the context of what West Indies cricket and that long glory run when nobody now beat with. And it is the same Australians who beat with 95, by the way. They had felt by 93 that them could have beat with. All of the big guns, them did them.
Mm-hmm.
And that 277 in the context of that series and our prolonged dominance was a very crucial innings. Dwight is wanting to give the impression that it was a low pressure innings. Not true. We were down in the series, third test. Dwight Chateau, some of the time. I'm not expecting you to make sense all the time, but make sense some of the time. And we'll be happy. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming.
Whatever sport keeps you active, Western Sports has the largest selection of sporting gear, apparel, and equipment to help you reach your goal. Whether you're an amateur or a professional, Western Sports has got your sport covered. The time by Western Sports is
2:45. For miles and miles of beautiful carpets and exquisite rugs to brighten your office and home, visit the Carpet Store at 18 Dunbarton Avenue off Malines Road. They install, clean your carpets, and add elegance to every room in your house. Call 876-649-0174 or come to the Carpet Store at 18 Dunbarton Avenue because you deserve the best.
This is your host, Dr. Nicole Masters, Senior Pastor and Founder of the Miracles of the Potter's Hand International, Stony Hill, also in Morant Bay. Please join me this and every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. for Morning Dew. Morning Dew is a powerful devotion which is designed to jumpstart your morning, resulting in tangible victory. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Sponsored by the New Parkington Pharmacy. Restore, refresh, and renew. Also, Megadon Security Elite. Your security is our priority. Call them at 869-3884-5.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, Diego, where the next caller up is the Godfather himself. Hi, Diego.
Boy, all right, New York. Well, we start come to tell Pine Action, say what the whole officer laugh. But before we go to that, you are Chateau.
Yeah.
No, I can't agree with you about Chateau. He makes sense most of the time over. Now, because you disagree.
No, I disagree.
So you can't say that.
No, man, I can. I don't think he makes sense most of the time for real.
All right, so I disagree with you. So we'll move on.
Say that.
All right. Yes. No. Orville.
Yeah.
When you say you agree with the theory that if you have a regional thing with Trinidad, Windward Islands, Barbados, and then you agree with the theory that if you take the best of the best and play, you agree with the theory that the level theoretically is going to be higher, correct?
In theory, yes.
Yes. So if you agree with the theory, then you can use one game now to destroy the theory. Or one performance.
No, I'm not trying to destroy the theory. I'm saying, Diego, one of the things that determine how well players play is when they are representing their country and when they have their own teammates goading the man. When a man gone 40, everybody a clap for him. I say, boy, make certain you make your 50, make certain because he's now, this is his settled team. You see, if regional cricket now becomes like a franchise thing we are going now and that now becomes a standard, then that in theory, that is where I'm going. But I'm telling you that Kirk McKenzie scoring 200 for Jamaica is a bigger deal for me than you pick.
Me not talk for you. Go back to the theory, no man.
I'm saying the theory would work for me.
Because remember, it's one, the West Indies don't want it to be like country no more. They want it to be, because they have to select to one team.
No, Diego, the regional 4-day cricket.
So get rid of the patriotic thing and your love for Jamaica.
No, it's not a love for Jamaica. I'm saying Jamaica, when Jamaica train, figure play regional 4-day cricket, all of the players are staying at Savannah Park.
All right.
No, you understand the point I'm making.
You can't go Westmoreland and make the Red is the road, man. Let me just keep up with more. You can't go somewhere with me.
No, it is, Diego, you see, if regional cricket now becomes totally franchise, where all 5 games now is like you put the 90 man in a hat and pick 15 aside, and then this now becomes the norm over the years, I agree that then, theory-wise and probably practical-wise, would now be a higher standard. I'm saying if you tack on 2 games at the end of a season, these 2 games may not necessarily be at a higher intensity because, man, them not play for no title now. Them not play for no trophy.
All right.
You understand the point I'm making?
Yeah, I understand.
And therefore, the intensity now may not be the same.
So suppose them give 5 games now.
Then
like
that would be, if the players now know that it is these 5 games that will determine a trophy, that will determine the intensity, then that now I would look at it different.
So you agree with the theory, but not 2 games, because 1 game can be an aberration.
Which is why I was talking. Diego, let me give you an example. At the end of the USA have a thing called All-Star Game. Yeah, you know how that goes. It's the very best players. It's not the best standard. Let us say at the
that's a marketing exhibition.
Fine.
We don't know that.
I'm saying, let us say at the end of the Premier League season, we pick 2 All-Stars team and play a game.
I get it.
That game may not be as intense as Arnett against Harborview in our final.
You're talking to Diego. If you want to talk after I hang up for your disciples, I get it.
You get the point I make.
It's not a difficult point.
All right. However, if that 90 now is what the season is about, then
for the first name set, I say, yeah, you're right.
All
That's not a difficult point to understand.
Good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I like it, but 1 game or 2 games you're saying won't change the quality.
It doesn't mean that the intensity is as high as regular first class game.
So we are run off Dwight Chateau. We never keep the man on the radio.
Because Dwight Chateau is not going to get the point I'm making.
I agree with you. I agree with you in Dwight Chateau, but you need more than 1 game.
Which is why I was
cannot be in 1 game.
Which is why I was asking him, what does he mean by tournament? Because a tournament now can't be 2 games. Right. I did ask him, I said, what do you mean by tournament, Diego? He did it, you know, do I? But if let's say it comes down now to the 90 best players 6 teams, and then this is now the trophy.
There you go. I love that.
Then not different thing that.
Because you know why that is the best way to go?
Yeah.
Because it's really one country playing when you go to the highest level, you know, so
yeah. But for those 2 games,
Jamaica and Barbados are franchises.
Yes. For 2 games, look at the end. We're not convinced that the intensity is the same as it is.
And you're using Mackenzie 200 as an example, but you can't use one game for the strike.
No, it's not just Mackenzie, no, Diego. There are 2 other man. I use them Wickham. We make 200. We make 120. I don't know. We not here to make them score in the regular thing when Barbados cut through against Guyana. The level of rivalry that that's my point, Diego. I follow regional cricket more than most. Yes,
that's why I default to you.
Yes, when Barbados played
Chatuto.
Hold on, yes, when Barbados played Jamaica or Savannah Park, it's not just cricketers that play cricketers. Yes, so the Barbados factor and the Jamaica factor is a difference, my boss. And as you would see in a football, Arnett versus Harborview, Waterhouse versus Harborview is a different intensity than you pick up some ball all over and create a game.
All right. And let me just say this in defense for Dwight Chatu, and that's why I love this radio.
Yeah.
Dwight Chatu gave me that argument, man, about points per game instead of the theoretical average they have. Points per, what is it? Or is it on points per
runs per innings?
Runs per innings.
Yes. No, man.
And I tell you, man, I go to the diaspora with it, man. It destroy the diet because it takes out the nut out. And just like we do in basketball. But Zidane, why am I telling man, Pine Action, have the office just laughing and laughing and laughing. When the man say, top 5 and no Magic Johnson and Westbrook, now you can try and say, these people call to talk sports, they just have money to just call the radio station to be heard. No, look at them, man, really.
No, sir.
Follow basketball. Pine Action, man, you have to stop with Pine Action.
No, man, for the better than that, Diego, man. For the better, my boss.
I used
the man tell me say right, yeah, when the man start him say write them down, say I take out my black book and walk me up, you know. Come in, I want nobody misquote him, you know. When me hear the man say outside looking in, I mean Magic Johnson here. Me just drop the pen, Diego.
Well, one thing he said though to defend Pioneer now, he says if you're looking at index of importance at crunch time, the players on the field at crunch, it is an index of importance. So whoever is at the end, so Josh Hart is an example for us, Zidane. He's always at the end of our game, but he doesn't start.
No, once we know where we're doing, Diego. Sometimes that is
important.
But that is within the context of what is going on sometimes, because sometimes a coach ride with. So you're a bench player, but in this particular game, you're giving the coach what he really wants, and just ride it out with you. So maybe another game down the stretch you're not playing, you know. But generally, the most important players are the ones that start the basketball.
No, but nobody can argue that, man. There are 2 different, but I'm just saying, when you see a player...
No, but you were arguing how important Looney was, you know. So saying Looney, showing him playing down the stretch means important, you know. But how important was he relative to others? And we win that argument. That clearly wasn't.
No.
So Curry was more important, and Wiggins was more important, Green was more important, and Klay Thompson was more important.
No, man, I was involved. I didn't
start
in the Looney thing.
No, but Diego, you can't be in this argument and say you're not in the Looney thing, because the entire argument
I'm talking about, I tell you, it wasn't even me. My client said in terms of the closing out, you can be the benchman and be the important one who's at the crunch time. I'm not arguing Looney.
Okay.
So I want to get him on a pioneer argument from man. I'm just arguing no argument on different situations.
All right,
So Josh Hart is an example for the Knickerbockers. He's always down near crunch time for us, even though he doesn't start. But the Knickerbockers did that for about a minute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Boys, I told you, man. When these Knicks start at the Garden and the players, the media and everybody think them win before they play a game, what's going to happen, you know? But how do you see the second game now? Like how things cool down?
Butler play?
Oh, that's something, you know with them. They want to wait till...
So we can't start yet, man.
So with Butler, without Butler, like we always do.
With Butler.
Assume Butler plays and assume Butler don't
All
play.
right, Butler look like him, even if him play now, go 100% yet. But so me I got give New York the desperation win tonight.
Oh yeah, to squeeze this one. When things are gonna cool down, the guy are gonna relax down, the players are gonna put on a better performance.
So might take because me
but Brunson's not 100% either, you know.
Oh, is Randall back? Is Randall back?
He's not on the year again. All these things are again.
We have to wait and see.
Yeah, we have to wait. Too many questions.
Uncertainty. Yes.
All right, say no more.
Cool.
My boss.
All right. We take the break.
Yeah.
Break? We'll take the break. We're coming back.
KLAS FM now presents a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
Practice respiratory hygiene. Make sure you and people around you follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Then dispose of the used tissue immediately. Droplets spread viruses. By following good respiratory hygiene, you protect the people around you from viruses such as cold, flu, and COVID-19.
KLAS FM has just presented a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Time for the second selection, brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. This one is from George Nooks. He will do it again. All right, it's lining up there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You may be down and feel like God has somehow forgotten that you always with circumstances so hard to get through. Right now it seems there's no way out, and you're going under. God's proven time and time again, He'll take care of you, and He'll do it again. He'll do it again. Just take a look where you are now and where you have been. He always come through for you. It's the same now as then. So you may not know how, may not know where, but He'll do it again. God knows the things you're going through. Yes, He knows that you're hurting. He sees and knows just how your heart has been broken into. For He is God, God of the sun, the stars and the seas. He is the one who will take care of you, and He'll do it again. Yes, He'll do it again. that look where you were now and where you are going. He always comes through for you as he did now was fair, Lord. You may not know how, may not know when, but he'll do it again.
All right, George Nooks with that one. He'll do it again. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color.
I just want to make a quick point. I said Badger on the line. So we come to him pretty soon. I'm looking at the scores. Team Weeks played the other day against the West Indies A team. I suppose the West Indies Academy team. The Weeks team make 400 in them first innings, 401. The Academy team, 435. Now, I can tell you that. You see, in the average first-class season, very rare you're going to see both teams scoring over 400 runs. Very rare you're going to see one team scoring 400. For both teams to score 400 runs, that doesn't happen too often in the regular cut and thrust of a first-class competition. If one team scores 400, the other team hardly going to score that. Apart from the two bills where Kurt McKenzie make, there was a youth named Kevlin Anderson. Nobody can tell you that they know that name. He make 150 yards as well. A youth named Wickham make 120 yards. The question has to be asked: is the competition played with the same intensity as first class, as the regular first class season? I think it's a fair question. All right, Badger, the great.
Yeah, man, what going on?
Yes, Badger.
It was a Orville.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Come on. You see that? I came in the car and I heard you and Dwight chat with an argument, and I came in the middle of the argument, right?
Yes.
And I never understand what was going on, right?
Yes.
And so when the break came and Dwight chat to come off the line, I said, all right, I will explain the things better so we can know. You know, I will explain to that. I will go talk about the cricket game, the Brian Lara 277, and if it was intense, yes or no. That was just the last part of Dwight Chatou's statement in Orville. You understand?
Yeah, Badger.
It's a good thing for Diego come on the line now, and then me hear him talk again about the thing. You understand? And then I get a better understanding of the thing. I mean, something you can't use the last part of somebody say and make that sound like that was their argument, you know.
No. He did say that the match was not intense.
Yeah, but that was that
no matter whether that was a main point or a non-main point, that was a joke.
Yeah, fine, but what I'm saying to you know, the man gone no Orville, and the man can't say nothing about him joke argument.
No, I was prepared to discuss that with him while he's on the air, you know. But Dwight Chatou very rarely allows a discussion.
Yeah.
So he was the one who brought up the Brian Lara thing when I'm wondering about the intensity of them two All-Star game. And right. When I say, and then he was the one who brought up Lara.
So the topic was about the All-Star game and not if the test match.
No, the argument I'm saying, these All-Star games that we see them money, I met them runs and them team.
Right.
Are they the same intense? Because Dwight want more of these games, you know.
Right.
And I'm saying, I don't know if these games, if adding on these two games, they are the same intensity as the regular first-class games. And when I look at these scores and look at the manner we are dominate this, we not normally dominate the first-class games. I know I'm wondering about the intensity of these games, even though the names are you would say the best, are the better names.
So let us have a conversation now and stop telling me I come at you.
No, but Badger, that wave up it, come on.
Yes, I will.
The sky blue.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you, let us have a discussion on that.
Yeah.
Are the same ball has been used in the regional game?
No, what is All-Star game is supposed to do is to pick out the very best players in the season.
Right, and I'm saying to you
against the academy.
Bowlers, listen, the All-Star game is the same bowlers. Are the same bowlers being used in the All-Star game?
No, this is the best of the supposed best, so they can't be the same team, boss. Derval Green will play for Jamaica and bowler, so.
Okay.
The man, I must have one Jamaican bowler in this and I must have Minley.
So only if you do good in the regional competition,
you'll be selected. Or you're an academy player. Because the academy player, them not have to do good enough. But them enter an academy team.
Okay.
But we say the academy players, I make at the well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying I don't know that Kevin Anderson would make 150 against Jamaica if he play for whichever I'm come from, but the same is.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So all right, three things, right? One, we have to get to understand that, you see, because of how West Indies set up, the other rest of things, they are like clubs. Understand? So that's number one. I understand the rivalry and so on, because rivalry drives sport. You understand? And good competition.
Yeah.
So I understand that. So that's number one. Number two, we want more cricket to be played in the region.
Agreed.
Right. So while you might not get the competitive nature and edge just yet, maybe in time you will.
Probably.
You understand?
Probably.
Yeah, right. So because you want more cricket to be played in the region, and you are, let's say, you have to get the best to play among the best. That's
yes.
all. Right. So they think that I don't think that is a good way of picking it either, because a person can have what you would call a good regional tournament, and then they're not really good, but it does that. Then does make
no man. But if you're picking a best of the best, and you go for the man who will dominate regional that year, I don't have no problem with that,
Right.
I'm just saying at the moment it feels like a glorified practice.
It just start in all long it start.
First season, them used to call it something else. Them used to call it best of the best, but then it was two teams. Right. I think they have now added the academy team as part of it.
And so as they go along, they might add more games. That's all.
Probably.
Right. So no man not knock it if you are knock it.
I'm not knocking it, It's just that I'm not. Listen, I want more cricket.
Right.
But I want more cricket.
You're getting the best of the best.
I want more cricket that the players think are meaningful cricket. I don't know that this best of the best yet considered that. All right, let me give you an example.
Go ahead.
They call Rakim Cornwall for this best of the best game.
Right.
Rakim said, "Me can't bother with that. He didn't come."
No.
Rakim Cornwall.
Hold on, stop this out. What they must start to do now is start to make them know that this game too will help you to get a pick for the
probably. Yes, but I'm saying.
And then hold on. I'm gonna start the shot.
I agree with you, Baggio. Them need to make the man them know that.
Yeah.
Rakim said, "Me can't bother with that game." But Rakim was available for every. Rakim was the leading bowler in the region this year. He played every game that he was available for Leo. Them call him for this All-Star game and him not come. Now I'm saying, do the players maybe they will down the road,
Well, I put money on the table too, and they will. You understand?
Make it into a nice thing of payday, probably.
Yes, and you understand, and they will. So while we're having a discussion on it and so on, let us be mindful that if you tweak something here and tweak something there, so it just might work. Because when you guys were discussing it, I was there saying to myself, look how Zidane is having a field there, Because if we take the best of the best and put them together, right, then Zidane are going to come out and say, that me telling you with Champions League. You understand? Because if we take the best of the best and put them together, then it's going to be like a Champions League with but
the Champions League is a known competition where man go hard and go hard for. But you follow schoolboy football. Everybody tell me that the all-manning game never had the same intensity as a Costa Cup semi-final. No, it don't. So I'm saying merely putting hold on, Badger, let me make the point. Merely putting the best names together and say go play a game or go play two games doesn't necessarily grant you the intensity of what happens.
But what I'm saying, whatever
the all-manning game and the all-manning game is a perfect example.
That's how the first day made
the point. I can tell you that a Manning Cup final or a Costa Cup final may not have the same quality players as an all-manning, but you're going to get more intensity, more crowd, more thing at stake, and therefore a performance.
It's a true reflection of how
good you are.
Yeah,
that's all.
So what I'm saying,
and that is what Dwight Chateau don't quite understand it.
Well, I'm saying to you, come back and tell us that. But tell us about the fact that Brian Lara.
I was not the one who brought up Brian Lara's name, though.
Yeah.
It is Dwight Chateau who brought up Brian Lara's name. What you doing, Hamidou?
Quickly before I depart. Yesterday, we were talking about leadership, and I think I might have said that I give the impression that Diego Maradona is no leader whatsoever. If that came across, I could not be saying that. And I said, what I was saying, I wanted to say is that I don't want to mix up the person's talent, what they do on the field, or with the bat or so, and call that leadership. Because I'm going to ask you, out of Tamar Lambert, or let me say, Brian Lara, which one is a better leader, a better skipper?
You're asking me?
Yes.
I put it this way. Tamar Lambert captained a team. No, you asked me a question. You have me. Tamar Lambert captained a team that had a better chance of doing well vis-a-vis the opposition than the team that Brian Lara had.
All right, so let me ask you again then. Let me ask you because I know you answer, you know.
No, I was going to answer, you know.
Oh, go ahead, sorry, yeah, answer. Okay.
Tamar Lambert, because one thing you use and judge leadership is results, you know.
Yes.
The quality of your leadership.
No, it's a different context we have discussed Maradona and LeBron James.
Oh, leadership. No,
captaincy is like a coach on the field. You know? Really
no, man, but you have to be a leader. Too. Tamar was a genuine leader.
Well, Maradona would turn a coach and he never do.
No, Maradona was not.
Well, I mean, leadership quality in question.
No, but he was a great leader as a player. No, but I don't know. Tamar Lambert was a great leader as a player. I don't know that if Tamar Lambert get the coaching job at Jamaica, I'm going to have the same effect. But we're coming back.
No, man, batch your time up, man.
Oh, batch your time up.
You should not come with a big point at first, man.
All right, Badger, I'm going to squeeze you next 30 seconds, but...
And I might say the pan, Badger.
Come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, man, go.
We'll take the break. We're coming back.
This is your host, Dr. Nicole Masters, Senior Pastor and Founder of the Miracles of the Potters and International, Stony Hill, also in Morant Bay. Please join me this and every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. for Morning Dew. Morning Dew is a powerful devotion which is designed to jumpstart your morning, resulting in tangible victory. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Sponsored by the New Parkington Pharmacy. Restore, refresh, and renew. Also, Megadon Security Elite. Your security is our priority. Call them at 869-3884-25.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
You know, so we should have find it. We should have find the all Manning example. Yeah. While Dwight was on. We should have find it, you know. All Manning put the best schoolboy them in a Jamaica upon this field at the same time. But we can tell us that the match intensity as high. The Manning Cup final, I will give you more intensity than the D Cup final. I hope, but we could go cricket, people. I have gone to several, maybe dozens of trials when they keep trial for the Jamaica team. All over the place. Usually in a town. You see the senior man them, we know them met the Jamaica side already. Trial matches don't mean all that much to them, you know. Trial match means more to the youth we want to impress. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So like Tajna Ryan, Shandapal, we are playing another all-star game. It don't mean as much to him as it mean to Kirk McKenzie. You know?
Yeah.
Because Tajna Ryan, Shandapal knows that the next game I play, him will play. It's never always a true reflection of what the man is about.
True.
See? I'll leave it there. I hope Chateau will, like I said, he won't. Chateau will. Anyway, Garvey.
What's up?
Where you say, Garvey?
Well, I'm going to get the right car right behind Baggio.
Why you say that?
Baggio come on the radio yesterday in an attempt to attack me. And then by 24 hours later, the man I retract what him say.
Oh.
Well, Baggio. So I guess that was not well thought out then.
Well, at least him honest.
And then
unlike you know where Celebrant was going to lose games when he came back. And Lakers is doing the opposite and retracting anything.
No man, remember say you make a deal.
No man, forget about that. No man, forget about that, man.
If they make conference final after a
Oh man.
Anyway, I don't want to derail me call. Why I stick to the point where me call for.
Okay.
Yesterday, you Zidane Matthews bash Diego Maradona for his leadership in 1982. Did you not?
In 1982?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know if he was a leader in 1982. But my point is that I think a great.
How many captains in the history of the World Cup have led their team to back-to-back finals?
Yeah, like how you have to agree. The two on the top. Because I can't discuss.
No, me ask you that.
But every time you go talk, Gav, you're going to interrupt me. So you can have your criteria for a great leader. And I have mine. So I'm saying you have to lead on the field. And you have to give examples of what people should do. So I'm saying one of the examples is to not put your team in jeopardy to play with 10 men. I'm saying to you, I've seen Maradona quite often in big tournaments, big games, kick up people and fight people and get sent off.
Listen, the comments where he said that. With him as leader of the team.
Also, so you're saying he does those things when he's not the leader?
No, hold up. Let's fix something right here and now. Diego Maradona came into the World Cup 1982. Remember now, Argentina were defending champions from 1978. You agree with that, right?
Mm.
They had a returning captain, Daniel Passarella. You agree with that, Major?
Yes.
They also had a very experienced, remember a man from Spurs named Osvaldo Ardiles, who was vice captain. Do you think Diego Maradona was looked upon for leadership at that point?
Oh, so he was what?
Ask you.
So me can't answer? So he was 21 at the time and he wasn't looking forward to being a leader really at that point in time. LeBron, hold on, my boss.
You had instances. Instances where the man misbehaved and putting team down.
Garvey, so I thank you for helping me win this argument.
How many
LeBron Ramon James at 22 years old led a team, a franchise, whenever win an NBA. We only go finals to an NBA championship at 22. No, but I'm saying to you, you're strengthening my argument. I'm saying while Diego was but you make my point.
You
so
forward a theory that's there.
And I'm saying to your counter.
Hold on several occasions because of his special.
We can't reason with this man.
His team a mantra in big tournaments. Orville yesterday that said LeBron James has been ejected from a player.
No, that wasn't correct. No, but that wasn't correct. That information was wrong.
So you were wrong.
He's not having information. He was not.
At the producer of the show.
He was not ejected 9 times. He was ejected 2 times in his career.
Listen, was he ejected twice?
No, but you know, so you are straight from the argument, though, God. I'm saying to you.
You said Diego Maradona's petulant behavior leave your team a man shot many times. I know of one situation when he was not the captain in 1982. While he was the captain in 86 and 90, no.
So, and I'm saying to you, all right, your big argument, Gavin. My counter to that is even a better argument. While Maradona wasn't able to lead a team at that age, LeBron James was carrying a franchise on his back as the leader and the best player at 21 years old.
Did LeBron James inherit a team that was defending NBA?
That's the argument.
Diego Maradona
when Maradona came in, but the Argentina team were the defending champions with some big names. Passarella.
All right. Great point about the big names. Who has led more big? It's harder to lead big names than small fries. You know, if you're a superstar, it is ever tell a small fry what to do and follow you. Orville. LeBron James had led more big names, more superstar. Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Dwayne Wade.
And guess what happened in all that was related?
Yeah, they're going to kill the man.
Guess what? No, hold on.
Yeah, won't give the man credit.
Hold on. We have seen reports of Kyrie Irving and LeBron James not getting along.
No, man, but he didn't destroy the team. No.
Reports of fuss between him and Anthony Davis.
No, we don't hear no reports about that. No. There's no reports about that.
Hold on. Wasn't there just a report the other day?
No, there's no report about LeBron James.
When LeBron James broke the all-time record, Anthony Davis was the only Lakers player who refused.
And people theorize that
we heard the rumors, but I don't know that there can be.
No,
man, he didn't celebrate, and they asked him, and he said because they were losing the game.
Not even get up.
No, but Gav, you can't use it to say there was an issue between the two. They are in the second round now. The two man we are talking about in the second round now, despite you saying they would lose to the Grizzlies, my boss. LeBron James never stop murder you. But hold on, Gavi. Hold on, Gavi,
Gavi, your phone even sound low.
Let me make this one point, Gavi, and you kill me. the fact that Kyrie Irving has been proven since moving from LeBron James to be a madman everywhere he go. It shows what a brilliant leader LeBron James. Because while at Cavaliers, he was behaving himself very well, and they won a championship.
I went to Kyrie Irving, I have seen LeBron James and
no man, you're not getting man credit for that. Kyrie Irving went.
We're not talking about that. We were talking about Diego Maradona and LeBron.
No, I'm showing you.
Even with this good success that the Lakers have enjoyed so far in the playoffs, you know what we have seen, Orville? There has not been a game where LeBron James and Anthony Davis both simultaneously play well in the same game.
I don't know what we can read into that.
They didn't play well together in the last game, the closeout game.
Listen, Orville, you're talking about the man they must say they have this shit. David playing well.
Your phone in and out.
I'm driving.
That's super.
Call tomorrow.
Yeah,
because your phone
in and out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Chelsea get back one. Chelsea a big side, man. 3-1 now.
The joke thing. I hope them start play well though, because they have City to play now. Chelsea. Yeah, but
all right, who we have?
Look, you can check that for outside. Who we got to know? Asta.
Hello.
Oh, spaces are there, people.
I'd love to hear from the brethren, my name Kid, who gave us the GP experience. Kid, if you're listening, you were quite a hit when you called. I've called a number that the producer say you gave him, but I'm not getting through to you. So if you're listening, give us a call again.
Yeah.
Would be
all right.
Would be nice if you do.
Yeah. 876-968-8117. That's 876-968-8117. Tonight is the first game of that.
What that?
Supposedly epic battle, you know.
With Lakers and Warriors?
Yes, Lakers and Warriors.
9 o'clock. It's a great time for me.
I think Warriors are big favorites, you know. Most 95% of whom you're talking to them.
They're not Lakers, not chance.
No, they're not writing them off, but they're saying they think Warriors have
Warriors
more.
Are the favorite.
Have more.
It should be a good
interesting.
Who we have? Hello.
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 Doc? Sound like Doc. Doc, yeah, man. Sound like
Doc.
Dr. Watson.
And good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, Doc.
How are you doing?
Yeah, man.
Maradona has leading performances, and based on his individual performances, he contributed so significantly to his team winning that they won regardless of what he did.
Yeah.
Maradona could never be seen as a leader that anyone would want to emulate. You would want to emulate his performance.
No. You want to emulate
his life has not been an example of leadership.
No, man. I'm talking about Maradona, the football leader, not Maradona, the role model outside of life.
He's a drug cheat. He was a drug addict. And if we make a proper assessment of Maradona, he would not be a good example for anything for any young youth you would want to.
Let me say something to you, Doc. Viv Richards, you see, is the only West Indies captain never to have lost a series. You want me to tell you the litany of things that Viv Richards has done in his life as a captain?
Well, that will go back to something else I'm going to say. Look.
But when he's on the field,
in Jamaica,
he more drive the man there.
In Jamaica, our conscious music, you know?
Yeah, man, we're listening.
In Jamaica, our conscious music is a music that promotes drug abuse and everything.
How we reach
that?
How we reach that?
No, because I'm just drawing the conclusion that not everybody who might be one set of person and assume they are leaders mean they are leaders.
No, man, nobody can doubt that Viv Richards on a cricket field was a great leader of men. But there are things that Viv do. Even when he might play cricket. You remember a time when a commentator said something about Viv Richards, and Viv Richards tell Desmond Haynes to lead out the field and go up in at the box and threaten the man?
And the thing that happened in England.
And Viv jump up. One man called Viv a black bastard already in England. And Viv jump over the fence and say, brother, you can't call me black all you want, you know. But how you know I'm a bastard, brother? You don't know that. That means you did that when my mother have me.
So what? So Orville,
Viv Richards going to the Australian dressing room and saying, the point I'm making is that how the public sees you is different from how your team sees you, you know. The teams that Viv Richards led, just like Live Lloyd, they would have jumped through walls for him.
Yeah, but I tell this to Orville.
And adapt make our leadership.
If you can find, hold on to that point, you know, if you can find somebody who leads on the field as well as Viv, and they would not react in that same manner, would be a better leader than Viv.
No, man. Better leader is how
no, man,
react
if both of us getting reaction from the players on the field. But then when somebody said to me, you're a black bastard and I don't react like that, me a better leader for Viv.
His behavior and infractions pale in comparison to Maradona.
Me know me, but I would have Maradona in my top 10 in terms of leadership.
Maradona tested positive for he should be a disgraced footballer. He tested positive for performance enhancing substance during a World Cup. And then by the time his career finished, he was in and out of rehab.
Doc, Sean, get up. So Sean, it's not performance enhancing.
Man, I take cocaine.
It wasn't performance enhancing.
Tell me how cocaine.
It make you enhance performance.
He was the one who took Ventolin in the World Cup.
Well, we don't know if it enhanced the performance, you know, Sean.
No, it wasn't Ventolin that he took in the World Cup.
He did 94 World Cup, a cocaine, me know about.
What if you put you in the frame of mind, though, Sean, to perform at the high level? What if you put you in the performance?
I really about Maradona's impact as a leader for the Argentine team. Maradona
not the greatest leader at all. Not up there with the best leader.
No, he has a look, I appreciate him as a player in that World Cup where he dominated.
You think I just wind up on the field?
But Doc, and Orville, I never get the players them when he's a coach now because you are saying him get the players.
Different.
No, what he do as a leader to get players to run through wall.
No, I'm saying Tamar Lambert was a great leader.
No, Maradona.
Because by then, Maradona, no. Part of the reason why Maradona was successful as a player was the way they saw him, you know.
So he's not really him a lead.
But by the time Maradona reached 50,
most of Maradona's success.
Hold the line down.
We're
coming back. We're coming.
Hello, my favorite grandson.
Mama, you got the groceries? I send the money.
No grocery not coming in for months.
Mama, what you mean? I send the grocery money every month.
Me no want nobody say me chat too much, you know.
Mama, don't worry yourself.
Shop Sampars.com. Buy groceries online. And we'll deliver anywhere in Jamaica. Sampars.
Smarter shopping.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino has threatened to not broadcast the Women's World Cup in 5 European countries unless TV companies improve their rights offers. Infantino said disappointing offers from the UK, Spain, Italy, Germany, and France were a slap in the face of the players and all women worldwide. He added it was FIFA's moral and legal obligation not to undersell the event. The World Cup, which is co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand, will start on July 20. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at a Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, Doc, we're back with you.
Maradona's teams did well. More importantly, because he was by far the best player in the world at the time. And unlike some other players who might be made some claim to that, Maradona was one of the best player you would have ever seen in terms of his ability to shoulder responsibility in a game and take over the game. But when it comes to outside of his game, Maradona was a disaster.
Was he a great leader? That's my thing. Because you can't be a disaster in your personal life.
He led with his performance. performance is like when Walsh was a cricketer who captain West Indies and he led some.
No, man, you can't compare Walsh's effect to
I don't think Maradona was a great leader.
I disagree.
I don't think so because I don't see anything in Maradona that I could tell my youth, apart from him being a good baller, to tell my youth that he should emulate.
No, man, we're talking about, Doc, I am talking about emulating the man on the field of play. You can be a great...
Leaders are not only seen, leadership is not only expressed in your immediate arena, boss.
No, man, as long as you can get your charges to want to run through walls for you, what you do off the field now becomes irrelevant.
And that was for one World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Another World Cup, he was kicked out because he had a...
He went to the final of the other World Cup and was beaten by a very dubious penalty. Okay?
But remember, he can't state any claim, he can't complain for that now. Because he won game because of dubious actions as well.
No, man, I'm saying forget that.
Forget it. That is you bring it up on your...
No. I'm saying that he went to the final of the 1990 World Cup as well. You were ignoring that and say he was kicked out after 86. He went to the other final. In fact, the same two teams reached back to back.
That he was kicked out in Orville. That takes away from his ability as a leader. You know. Is the reason why he was kicked out.
Him kick out because of drugs.
The reason why.
So because you take drugs, you're not a great football leader.
Because he's in violation of one of the most important tenets.
I am saying, what does that have to do with my ability to lead on the football field of play?
If I'm a player and I can't even be a player.
No, man, that have nothing to do with your ability. Doc, your ability to lead me in football has nothing to do with whether you beat your wife or not, my boss.
But it has to do with fair play.
No, it have nothing to do with... No, it doesn't. Doc, let me say it again.
Well, true, because remember one important game because of unfair play.
Maradona was...
So the thing is that one of the most important tenets of his leadership was his propensity to be unfair when he played.
To do whatever he has to do to make him team win. Football,
and that makes him a better leader. Just to be an unfair player makes him a better leader. You know what they say now?
What? I am saying the man had the ability to get players to perform and to drum through walls for him. The man had built a church.
And I give you that.
The church building now nothing to do and get the people.
No, man, that is how he was seen. Because Maradona would not have had that effect on him players without that aura that's surrounding him, you know.
Just make a comparison. Just imagine that the Bible and that scripture that Jesus Christ was a cocaine user.
No, man.
Many millions of people would worship.
No, because Jesus, no, Doc. But Doc, no, man, I'm going to respond to that. Dr. Bambro, when you're ready, you know. Doc, Christ came to the world preaching morals and values. Maradona wasn't doing that. Maradona was on a field, so make we kick the ball and the man him goal more often and then kick it to the mind. Maradona wasn't a religious or social leader.
Because of football. He's not seen as an immortal
Doc,
because
don't compare a religious leader with a football leader.
Then a church is a leader. A church, you have a church.
No. He never set up no church. The church was, I know him set up the church. The church was set up by the people who idolize him.
Orville, you are drawing the parallel that look. He's so great and such a leader that they made a church for him.
No. I'm saying he was
How many people that made a church for Jesus?
Lord have mercy. Doc, I am saying he was so revered in Argentina.
As a footballer.
Yes, no, not just as a footballer.
As a footballer.
No, not, and I'm saying not just as a footballer. Maradona's popularity surpassed his ability for salad and score.
All right. So what we do now? We going to build a church for Maradona because he's a great footballer.
He was idolized by his people, both on and off the field.
A jump cheat and a cocaine user. And we are going to build a church for him because he's great for those reasons.
He was a human being who had frailties. But when him up on the football field, he was an absolutely great
I understand he was a genius on the football field.
And he was not just a genius at playing. He was also very good at getting his teammates to rally around him. And that is what leadership is about. All right.
Doc, I'm gonna correct myself. He actually was kicked out of the World Cup for a banned substance. The cocaine use was 1990.
No, it's not cocaine. I remember I told you it was. I believe it was Ventolin.
Yeah, man, it was a banned substance. The cocaine use was in 1990.
No, man, but he's only one World Cup.
Remember when he was playing that game against Nigeria? People were wondering why.
Maradona.
No, but Sean was saying it was not for a banned substance.
No. I'm saying Maradona was not kicked out of World Cups for drugs more than once.
No, that's not the point. I'm correcting. Sean was saying it's not a banned substance.
Oh, but that was 90. That was
1994.
No,
yes.
Yeah, or 90.
But then in 1991 he had some cocaine issues as well. Yeah, not a great leader. No, I agree with
that.
Not a role model, but great football leader.
He's a poor example of a good leader.
All right, Doc. Big up. All right, who is this? Richard?
No, Richard would I probably just have. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. On that whole subject of Maradona.
Yeah.
What I always find disturbing is people conflating your abilities on the field with your personal life.
Thank you very much.
I find it it is distasteful.
Let me ask you a question, Richard. You follow basketball?
I do follow basketball.
You think Dennis Rodman? You know Dennis Rodman. From your follow,
I know Dennis Rodman.
You think he is a great leader?
I don't think Dennis Rodman ever was concerned about leadership.
He was never a leader.
You know, you know why?
Yes, but
because of his personality.
If that personality was something that everybody galvanized around.
But in galvanized people, you know, but
not to the same extent as John.
I agree.
Right.
So I think that is the point Doc is making. So don't dismiss it. Yeah.
I'm gonna describe something that I'm not a basketball player describe.
Yes.
Being at practice and everybody's doing their shoot around and Dennis Rodman is standing under the rim watching the ball go into the rim.
Yes.
At the end of it, he asked, what is he doing? He said he's counting the rotations for each person's shot.
Yeah.
Because based on the rotation, he can work out when you miss the shot where the ball will be so that he can get the rebound. And that is the reason why he was the best rebounder.
Despite not being the biggest. Oh. Yeah. I never read that before, you know.
This is not something in red. This is somebody who was asked him what he was doing.
Oh.
And he said that for every player that he plays against, he knows their shot. He knows from this distance whether you are going to be 4 rotations at the ball to the rim or 3. And from that, he can know the speed of the ball and then the angle. And so when he got the rebound, it wasn't because he was the first to there. It's because he knew exactly where the ball would be when it missed the rim.
Anticipate.
Yeah, man.
He
was brilliant.
That level of genius is not something I've never heard of anybody else.
He was a special rebounder, my boss. Special defender.
And so therefore, his contribution to the game was different from, say, Michael Jordan, who was shooting and doing every other thing. Yeah. He was instrumental in them winning the titles that they won with him because of what he contributed.
Yes.
Last night I was listening to a reporter describing a game when Maradona was now coaching Argentina. He came with the opposing team. When the game started, Varane was on the field, and for whatever reason, the Argentinian fans, 80,000 fans in the stadium, hated Varane.
Yes.
So when Varane was on the ball, they would start booing. But at the same time, when Maradona gets up and claps, the entire stadium claps. And what Maradona did, every time Varane was on the ball, he stood up and clapped.
All right.
And by 20 minutes into the game, every time Varane touched the ball, the entire stadium was clapping.
All right, me can jump on a point there.
So that
but hold on, Richard. I was trying to make this.
Guess what? The opposing team was actually enjoying the fact that the fans were booing not Varane, but Argentina, the Argentinian team.
Yes.
Because that's how they interpreted. But he, as the reporter who went to the team, recognized that it wasn't the entire Argentine team that they were booing, but they were booing a member of the team. And for Maradona, that was I'm guessing would think that Varane would feel unappreciated if his fans who was playing for was booing him, and so he used his influence over those fans, and got them to start to actually ignore whatever it is that they had against Varane, and started supporting him in his efforts on the team.
Yeah, man. All right.
So that is leadership.
Well, I was trying to make this point yesterday that you have ways of leading, and some people have it overall, and some people have some aspect of it. That aspect of it, Maradona is 100%. He motivates people to, as obviously, run through walls for him. But in terms of the tactical side now, where you can tell people, say, this is what is going to happen today. This is where you must be. This is what.
No, he never had that.
LeBron James does have that aspect of it. So that's why Maradona never did well as a coach, because he could have, because the
Well, we don't know if LeBron could do well as a coach, though.
No.
Well, I don't know if he'll do well.
No, but I'm telling you, LeBron James actually coaches.
No, but players who played with him in his early days who said before the play, when the ball is coming up, LeBron would tell him, okay, move to the
This is exactly what the defense will do. Yeah, man, he does it.
And wait for the shot. And when LeBron came down with the ball, two plays later, the ball is in his hand and he's taking a jump shot. And he's saying the fact that before the ball came down, LeBron had worked out how he's going to dismantle the defense and give him a free shot.
So even the 2010 Argentina team, they played hard, So it's not like they never play hard, They fight and play hard, It's just the tactical part of it.
I wouldn't say Maradona was a tactical.
But he motivated them to play hard for him. But
you see, if leader, I'm not saying he's no tactical. Not Brian Lara, for example, I don't know that he was any great tactically.
Yeah.
But Maradona, if leadership is your ability to, because that to me leadership is
Is that alone?
Your ability. Meeting that is everything to leadership is directed at getting people to follow you.
If you have no man to follow you, want to play hard for you. But you are saying go over this. So when it will
you say once it a result in winning for your team, to play because you play hard as a means to an end, and the end is to win.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't know too many other people can get people to play as hard for him in our winning cause.
So LeBron have both. You play hard, or you play the right way.
LeBron not up there. LeBron would be one of the top
that is Maradona's critic. I was trying to make the point, but Gavin never gave me the chance. I understand that Maradona gets people to play hard and fight till the end.
That could I don't care if he beat him wife. I don't care if a prisoner come out. If you can do that on a field, you're a great leader for me.
All right, Richard.
Yeah.
You was the one who raised the point argument yesterday?
No,
it was you. All right, big up yourself. Thanks for the call.
Okay.
All right, big up. I will take our final break.
Yeah, we're coming
back.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
Every time my son send the liquor barrel for me have to go sit down and walk all day like me have nothing else to do. No, sir, me not fear do this.
Tired of spending all day at the wharf to clear your barrel?
Driver, turn up that little bit for me there.
Starting May 1, use contactless clearance to clear your non-commercial shipments and avoid the long wait. Call Jamaica Customs today at 876-922-51408 or email contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm.
But God goody, me I go call customs and learn about the contactless clearance. Help me out.
Less waiting, more convenience. Try Customs contactless clearance today.
MacChem for all your power products, silicones, epoxies, protective beautifier, and coolant. Available at Parts A Lot and other leading automotive stores and hardwares. Visit us at Palmer's Cross, Maypen, Clarendon. Telephone 876-563-6076 or 876-774-0492. WhatsApp 876-563-6076.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get a thing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a no Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, check your phone, your money land. VMBS money transfer. CFA faster, easier. Sign up for VMBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, behind the line, straight in your account, money reach long time. VMBS money transfer.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back for the final few minutes, and Emirates.
Oh, this is sound like Troy.
AKA Troy.
Yeah. Emirates? They're on the phone.
Emirates, somebody probably call it. The line now comes.
We're trying another line, Asta. Evangelist. Yes. Sorry about that, Emirates. Hopefully I get you.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations to you too.
Blessed love, my brother. All right, I'm going to build my case and you'll see exactly where I'm going by the statement, my opening statement. Maradona began taking cocaine in the mid-1980s, developing an addiction to both that and alcohol, which lasted up until 2004. It was a problem for the Argentine at the peak of his career, which ran from 1976 to 1977, which with him leading his country to glory in 1986 and winning Serie A with Napoli in the 1987 and 1990s. The drug use which began while playing for Barcelona in 1982 and grew worse thanks to his mafia connections in Napoli, which I'm hearing so much about, where he moved in 1984. All the rest of what I'm going to say will just add to that point. But it is challenging for me as an individual to big up a player whose career is also synonymous with disgrace and drug use, to rate him as a leader, because the two, as it stands, cannot be separated. They're used in one sentence. Most times his name comes up, it is the hand of God cheating and the drug use. For Orville, today I take only. While we will not discredit the greatness of the man, it's phenomenal. I have him as 1 and 2 with Pele. Pele just probably 51 to him 49. As it comes to leadership, how do you separate the two? It cannot be separated.
Do you
always going to be synonymous?
You evangelist, you don't understand the difference between a great football leader and a great role model outside of football. There's a distinction to be made.
A great football player.
A great football a great football leader and a great role model in general life. You can be great at anything and not a great role model in life. You could be a great principal of a school and you beat your wife every day and go to prison every year if you beat your wife. And you pay your taxes and you fight off people. But when you go into your school, if everybody work with you, teachers, students, you are a great principal.
As long as it doesn't affect your work.
It did not affect Maradona's work.
Yes, it did.
No, man.
He was kicked out of the World Cup, Orville, for cheat.
That is
1994. That is a part when he was a lead. He was the main man. He was a senior player.
No. 1994 is not the peak of Maradona.
No, we're not talking about his play, Orville. Don't mix up his play with his leadership.
No, man. By 1994, his skills as a leader is not the matter.
No, but Maradona.
86 and 90.
Orville is not being fair enough. Maradona in 1994 was one of the arguably the greatest footballers of all time, well respected.
No,
exactly.
So he came into 94 with an aura.
No, that's not true. By 1994, Maradona was way past
your play on the field doesn't determine your leadership quality.
No, man, it's part of it.
No, that's why I get it wrong in Orville.
I am saying part of great leadership is to say, follow me.
No, Orville. No, Orville. Because Ronaldo was one of the greatest rebounder ever. He's not a great leader.
I am saying part of great leadership, without in sports, but not about in any other field.
That's why you get it wrong, Orville.
No, it's to say to the people. No, well, then at least, make it wrong.
So the greatest player is the greatest leader then?
At times. But hold on now. Part of being a great leader in sports, that's why the captain of sports, most sports teams, is usually among the best players.
But that nullifies everybody then.
By 1994, he was no longer
so all the great players are great leaders then. Pretty much.
No.
If you say part of it is your great player.
I'm saying part of it though. I'm
saying so Wolan and Orville, so Maradona and LeBron James are both all-time great players. So them say, watch me.
Yeah.
So that's one aspect of it. So I'm
Yeah.
saying the other aspect of it now in terms of example, coming to training on time early, running all the laps, do what the coach say. Maradona don't have that part.
No, I don't know that.
No, man.
No, me don't know that.
LeBron James is far more disciplined.
No, Mr. Me don't know. What we know is that when we look on the teams them where them are lead, Maradona had a mesmerizing effect on the people.
I agree, but I'm saying to you, in terms of...
Me don't know which training them go. Me don't know whether them cost
the
before.
reports are... So, you don't
No, having read the report...
Hold on, gentlemen. You're debating among yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When we read the reports, that's that the man himself about it.
Let me get in my 2 cents, gentlemen.
Yes,
all right.
You, by virtue of your ability to motivate and inspire, you may not be necessarily the best player on the field. Because I've been to places where I'm encouraging persons, talking them, motivating them, and I'm the least of the apostles. But the other players,
because Mascherano, I better leader than Messi.
Of their raw skill and ability to play the football.
And I'm saying I am not looking at Maradona the person, my boss. On a football field and his ability to galvanize those on the football field, I think he's second to none. We may ever say, me not be how much coke you want to take.
Different method, yo. Different method.
No. You are mixing up great sporting leader with great role model. Two different something that evangelist.
No, I've stated my case. I'm just saying something else to you now.
Yes.
I'm saying to you now, by virtue of his ability to do good things on the field, he can inspire. That doesn't make him a great leader.
But I'm saying Messi's ability with a football at his feet and Pele's ability with the football at his feet. You could say them are Maradona at the same ballpark. Marginal. But none of them you think can lead. But despite the fact that they are very close in footballing ability, I think Maradona ranks higher than them both in the ability to lead people.
I agree with that.
So, in other words, if you give me some man who can play football, and you have Messi to lead them, and Maradona to lead them,
you take Maradona.
But Maradona may go on. So your ability to play is part of it, because you're not going to make them look a man who can play football leader.
No, I still disagree with you.
Well,
you want him because you know what he can deliver on the
no,
field.
man, I want him as that as well. But if me want one player for talking, hey,
you don't want the star player to be a great leader.
Hey, you see Maradona, I lead the team in singing at the World Cup 86. Maradona lead singer.
It's a great motivation, man. Now go around that. It's just the other part of the leadership thing in the rate.
But you
leave it there, Evangelist, because I want to squeeze one more. The producer, I say.
Yeah, man.
All right, Evangelist.
All right. Who's the CC or GC?
CC.
Jump up.
All right, CC. CC.
We're still hearing Evangelist.
You can go over.
We're still hearing
Evangelist. Is still there.
We're still hearing Evangelist.
Yeah, change line. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, Lady C.
No, not Lady C.
Oh, another phone.
Lady C.
Okay. So.
GC.
As in
good.
Yes.
GC.
Oh, GC. A first-time female caller.
Right, first time, but listener for years. I've just never been brave enough, especially when it comes to the voting. I've never been brave enough to call.
Yes.
But I really needed to add my voice or my 2 cents to the statement you made, Orville.
Yes.
That you don't care whether the person beat them wife or anything.
No, man, get the context to it. In terms of determining whether he's a great leader in the sporting arena.
Right.
I may think he's a horrible human being.
That I totally disagree. In the group with those who totally disagree with you.
You disagree. You believe that once you beat your wife, you can't be. Do you think a man who beats his wife, thump down him neighbor, mean to everybody, has horrible kids, when not raised right, can he be a great coach?
A great coach?
Yes.
Yes, he can be a coach, but I think leadership is wider than that. So he could be a great coach, a highly skilled player.
And I'm saying part of the most important part of coaching, GC, is getting your troops to work with you towards a common end of winning games. And I'm saying you can be a great coach and a horrible human being, beat your wife, cuss off your neighbor, drink alcohol and smoke weed. But if you can go on the field of play and get the team to follow you and work with you, that your off the field behavior is irrelevant.
Okay, well, I differ because I would even probably go as far as saying sometimes we don't need to win at all costs. And so to me, if you're choosing someone like that, say, for example, you have a team of young people, impressionable minds. My opinion is that if you're going to choose somebody like that, you are prepared to win at all costs, and it doesn't matter how you win. And I mean, I am familiar with sports because that's the school setting I'm in. But I don't agree with the point of winning at all costs, and so you're selecting whoever may come once your team can win. So that's where I differ.
All right, I'm only sorry that the time is coming on. I make the distinction between a great sports leader and a great role model.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson is the greatest human being ever to exist. As a musician, as a person, questionable. I separate those two.
Okay, well.
Orville may be the greatest talk show host ever, but maybe a horrible human being. I think we need to make that distinction.
Okay.
Maradona's off-the-field activities, not great. When he gets a team on the football field, does he have the ability to motivate and inspire and lead? That is what leadership means, you know. And I think he was brilliant at that. What he does off the field. So when I say me no business much cocaine tech, it is in that context.
Okay, well, you know, I'm just saying we probably need to separate.
But guess what, GC? It is this argument that has made you call for the first time. Right. So it's if this is what it took to move you from being a listener to a caller, then I'm happy that I said that I don't care much coke Maradona tech. It don't affect my view.
Right. I'm in education as well. So that part, wow. Because my daughter had always been encouraging me that you listen over there, why you don't call, especially when it's a voting time. But
yes,
I had to call today.
Good, GC. Thank you. And we hope this is now the first of many to come.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That is it. Big up to the new caller there. Thanks for calling us. Thanks for everybody who took the time out to listen to us. Thanks for everybody who took the time out to call. Big up Austin, big up Craig Manning, big up Sean Grant, the producer. Join Orville and Zidane tomorrow for more on this program. Until then, have yourselves a great evening.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.
KLAS-FM now presents a health alert. Sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more.
If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention and call in advance. Follow the directions of your local health authority. National and local authorities will have the most up-to-date information on the situation in your area. Calling in advance will allow your healthcare provider to quickly direct you to the right health facility. This will also protect you and help prevent the spread of viruses and other infections.
KLAS-FM has just presented a health alert, sponsored by New Budget Supplies, always the best prices, and Bashco, the store that gives you more. It's now time for Golden Moment, sponsored by
Total Vision. Your eyes are the windows to the world. Visit 2 Bryans Crescent, Maypen, or 10 Hagley Park Road, Kingston. And Surgix Jamaica Limited, compassionate healthcare.
The 2009 Gold Cup at Cape Balance Park.
It's a very, very level breaker. Hoofer with the big weight prompts the issue.